Nits 100.9 FM Suni. Na ene Wednesday, June 11, 2025. And the time just about gone 12 minutes past 1. Na ene wuko ayawo mabo sumi na yewomi ne da etosu duba kon. Afi empinu aduonu se enum. Mame se abodonko apa ho meeti edu emienu. Na me manti dwumadi ade Abraham wono me amedi ho chia me Abraham ADAKABRI mudu osioma Majari there's come ye intro no wie na me kan kire wa ka be ye nika BBS die BBS chese edin ni nyina me was the music Any brisa na yeah. Na president of the republic. The Saturday and Sunday mamechi no. Ni di ode frame me Mamuru. Nya Mamudu. Mas Mamuru.
Okano pure
oh papa we when go. Mamuru na the chief of staff so o chioma. Na mo mpanifo mo so mo kabi. Na Mamuru di mi akwana je mese
okani yie pa
ena azie din get ya se bo ifi kwete so ni nua ne me ni neighbor ne me one me nete ba bi ba ko e nyina ayete bom ami ne papa no so din get say eh e do taiye obi ya elevate na wo ye vice president de se me nya me no general ube huro sa vice president there na mabel
I go be no the vice president.
Yes oh David akwari abana mamuru no dey just was spell mami me say mamudu say mamuru ya some there ya some na yam fast down from my panyin Kwadwo Dameado as usual the bia wo gina ne na so I just proud owner of the content of this show. Now, as increasingly so no, also only part of the voice in the same na what name, me da na what name. Now, we share the numbers and so appreciable. In this year, no, the air there's a new trend. There's a canon could be producer. Now, just a host to no. And basa but no I'm proud to say nipa me no ma produce me omotimi akọ manim say Kwadwo Dameado and ultimate nem a full show ultimate say every single day be no improve and then me ama de nyina me ba prekope Kwadwo preko dankwa ono so no etimi stand in the stead of morning show host ewo
Kwadwo morning show
Kwadwo woni na boso ewo ye fence Kesben.
Oh, many.
Na chese de denya me asekura no se nyame kese bi odi achi so nam so mu ba bia se Kwadwo preko na temehwe ba bia ofri ene ba bia Kwadwo abeduru a chese improvement aba Kwadwo asetena mu no aye se wonni nipa nante na nipa no peja e wo so mu anichi so no na chese Kwadwo de ono obo tie da ben na chese Kwadwo mia a pencil type sabe ne dare normal so na tum say chese Kwadwo na wo ye adwuma na hwe Kwadwo Dameado so as usual frugu no miss we tete na say frugu bi kra oyene kese wo boko de frugu bi amane bajo de abreme frugu no ye kama papa
boko frugu so de wood
hand woven na ode man ne bajo na Jose ye me kanche me say oyene kese say aseda na the growing of damase no de nya ha na meka no nti eno ho frugu na aba no na je so timi say deep frugu no mu a na no eti mrante mo ya ade from production to hosting so no and I'm looking forward to the day Kwadwo Dameado enye necessary say father beka say because obi aba me program ha no ankasa na wabre ho no since 2006 no ankasa no oni di no of finance chete kwada me ba no na chese ono ye ne Kwadwo preko so ye na chese as usual wo magide na sabe waso adwo dada odo twifu apre na chese won so no wadi ukwi ono ngo enkwawuma na de aduru nkrase na so wo treat and say opa adwuma adwuma na wo pe no so no wona mpa job ha ubehunu say wo de be ware ama oba tete de nkafa ye adwuma wate eti no boko beda mo nyina amase yakoso so yaba na abna frame bankro na wono so no technical production is in na so wo hwe ama social media handles ahodo nyina no ye hunu se de AC ekro na ya asafo so eboni chidom ma bia na wo bia nyankropon twedi ampon na ehwe so na afi no engineering team no achu agbo na worker na nkotia kwa na ajare na naboaje na adasan kronma odugusu ne meko wa ko execute contract okumase na be fro VIP as me hunu adwuma bi ho no na de no anfa adwuma na ama me na so we asem udidi ba bi mienu ade
but anyway why are they move so to identify say adwuma bi wo san dia no hunu say
no wa say
edana
na ye fi
ba ne why are they move so
na ye den na wo san pa VIP adwuma san dia
wo fa hwe na VIP won adwuma ebre na wo ye kra say so mai wo fa kra wo ye o ma ye adwuma me no na say o pa adwuma bi de mai o ma adwuma bi ade ba ma bi ebetimai
na mutafreta bro ka
tavni e wofa ba wofa ko ya to na bi etimi to no say nti wofa yetimi hu ade bi pa na so da mi tade wan ge etimi ade wan ge betima na easily o wofa fa ade na ma nti wofa ye no kra de simple kan watwa ye kra na so ye na o ma edwuma bi o so bia wo mo la cost designer one ye ne kama so ne de amount so that say One more online no me no damn na me de no me di na chi na je say ye bo na ka ye so ya kakra so into wa find dey simple wecha
because adwuma no mo tre
we dey so wecha
adwuma no mo tre
adwuma na ye kese e no me bebre wa for betima ayo
it did not just you can say we were just about expanding to create further wealth through the strategy and technology now they expand there in this week, now you create further wealth.
That's right.
It is our further wealth, not just all to share in. I just say, yet me at the aquarium, and you better do baby on the ma. If you na besamba, if you for no one share
if you if you are kus. Obia Obia botoma basa. Your parents say, and yet the Biafran is a fako. Now all the Biaba is a fan who pussy a gumna to say, yes, you are convinced to a fiber if you come. And the bands are about Moka, who sick a crabo, but was at the watch your woman.
Back home every London by a year and I watch it down.
Yeah,
and watch it down quite run at you say 11 as about I was leaving Kumasi and I was free and then my I just said I could learn any the mammy so near just a nipper bonnet some Nima and I said my missus when I why my mammy bapena or tears a Mrs. Comfort with their commensa a jam you crew cranoa I just a mere whom ya check Menina Casayache the more fast to be drew ya pen or frame me
okay
I walk fat I'm saying I draw I can imagine say a more bag back up a day command on a more bag back on a day about 2 months our matinae minya brand of the mona na better than what you did
and a mother
down with our and the be go back to get run at you cabinet me win am sister fatem in the mona down it Mrs. Comfort the dear comments a studio chair we na me offer say akume so me chia pa baby everybody nyina me wo rich muso bi ahoye ti yetena asesa abre we say ensemu a edi ahim ye nurse fo nsemi na obi a nete ase eti de won te ase no na wono aka challenges eco health facilities wo say ye hwehwe ti ebetimi anya bibi papa bi ama asiwo na wo mo te ase no so no and share and leadership of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwife Association ERCA na omuntie de government so can you na yen hwehwe asem Pumasebre na de ba kon wo se hye no so no ye said a very sensitive subject enti omo bie wo ma no a na omo ka bibi etia nurses as professionals no mesremu emwa and now almost where you be and also political leaders na ye kabiti omo no enough of the lamentation na yen hwehwe
the solution
in fact I was particularly disturbed say yenua ba kon a radio presenter words are o use ye e the man necessary ye nya sa Johnny ingba wo fai see the nurses as professionals and it's a very sensitive issue we are dealing with. When Nibi Kume, don't taunt them. Do not taunt them. You may just come out with accurate information as to what is happening. But don't taunt them.
I was saying the same thing. I said them more for Bible. I say a very sensitive.
Very sensitive.
I buy any fa, nurse for any fa. Oko can buy any baby as I say, I buy no. Oko can nurse and for inti. Yanya George on Yenya sa. Crossroads be ye baby, ye bet me. Yanya fapem.
Omo tiasiano and commented on abiding nurse for na impact on the citizens on so there. The Ecoso hospital there will be to make a Nini naturally say, well, no, they were no hospital. No, I mean, just about almost as a driver back. Just a Marjorie, there's a driver near one is almost and now Ujina course no catch will be okay. It's Saturday near Baba Farmers is limited in chain. Suddenly, net driver Nebuari. Obushi didn't do rich. And one say Yama security for cancer there be nurse for 1 year Juma. Anti emergency services into me. I wanted to ask you to do a friend is a police hospital. And who
really?
Yes. Oh, Ujina just and crying. Ujina say, and no Obushi, not saying yes, no. So no Bushi. So no Bushi, no maybe a sissy where your brabum. So say, even taxi crano, first taxi refuses to pick him. So the never hospital. There are too many being into you. Second taxi refuses to pick. The third taxi, more or less, was forced. So what do you fanako? Could do reja. And as I say, it na ne bus no. Just say, what you don't want na emoya. So are you ready? I shall attack them. What was a nipper to me bushy woos just like that. You do reja. So nurse for your juma and you know. Young fan and Trussell, police hospital jail, but we just brought in dead, BID, and I didn't share much to the police hospital. Yapiqua near young and Norma, say Bequa Coshena, and now it is some of these things, you know, will be a driver near our VIP. No, it's a circumstance, Ninia fast what you in here. Then it me can be based on unknown emotions. But the mess, papa say, yea, noir. Yan ye kasa kire o man ma no yenka asem no kura na yenim efa ho ye limited wo ba bia de ye ne say ye free appropriate person na wa kire ye mu but me presenter bia and 20 necessary so no o 20 na
we shouldn't do that
yenka asem ni ye obi am pass wa
essential essential services ne kan wa
because omo ye dom but you can also appreciate language
health
minister language you use deputy finance minister language you use ti ye hwehwe bibi or ye hwehwe bibi ama de ye de ama ye ne Ora Joseph Krampa or ye PRO Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwife Association so no ne yankasa na wo mo so ade no ma di ayi say ye invite retired nurses say wo mo mra nti sa retired nurses I invite them so momra no yakofe fan emre wa poso bi na icha say ye to say
social media
me must see a retired nurse must wa ho de woni 70 kura so no or ye efia hospital efia kwanta and osan ko efie kuma and of course we also ho no retire or retire we need 10 years kura so she's just under 70 wa ho den so ahomachi mi bebeduru ye wo prakama it means no my yamfa no ma bi niago na mu yamhwehwe asman Ora Krampa yam wa ha na awie hu mpote san
nyame adom me hoye
waye ante perpetua eni ni nua tenkran wo mo ho ye de
nyame adom hoye pa
yo awie yamfa ne say ye de yentinsem biase eni ye pese wo ye kasamafo ema Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwife Association wo beto obu ase na issues na daba maso no wa kirekire yemu na ye nyina na yetimi anya informed mind na se bia ye MP ne ye frɛ na ka bia a kire no a yetimi ehunu sɛ yeso yetimi dia no tumu ba na yeye wada romo ɛde pa ne asɛm a ɛda ho sɛ ntia ama Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwife Association mo se monye adwuma
answer the question I mean for ne nurses for the midwife for almost a GRNM asing na say to no more people mo say any aban penyin for nko kasa employer no na ya konso amonta mota ya chia ye go so eye mama nya kwanya so na won so wase nsema na wo kan nyina eye pa presenters no kwanya mo fa so eka na e mi pa so ya ti ai bi o ya na abofo e bi mo mo say ye pe wheelchair allowance ye pe dien allowance ye pe ezu bia na enim mo ye sa na nya se bia mo boa niema mo sei niema e dia bufuo ba me da se mi ya anything say abanya fa ya juma na your condition of service adwuma for mo bia say your teacher fu say doctor fu say obi a won dia mo mfiem yenu bia no mo tena se no mo ya ho mpensem so yi free mo na nka waye ya dia no free 2020 be 2022 na was nka na ya sa review no delay na kakra delay kakra ma ye 2023 ya sa fi ya ye ho review May 2024 I was in July 2024 na was a sa implementing it May 2024 no drew ya no ye unions no ba kon so ye de echo eka se omo ya mfre wo montie o de asem no court no mo penchire mu bi ba ye hwetwa so se de be ya omo so na nka nsem de na nka ye implement ya kasa ne ma na ye fa mu nka bia enim ade se antimi last year no and I just a general record to my quasi bit me implement it I been near to about some about access but yeah
ya no wagina yie kakra dia man ye nua ratin crying ya behwe na yetimi raise ratin crying back onto the line so the near can say ye nyina no aye oman no animasem ye nyina ye beto ye boase na ya hwese ye betimi ate ase na ye te ase a na ye hu ba bia de fufu ebekọ akwa Iti yanhwe na raise rat and cram back onto the line. Auntie, okay. All right, Joseph Cramper back onto the line. Nti, Mr. Cramper, ya there was CBM say and account. Aha, what you mean can say?
Aha,
okay, also so yatonka. Now go switch ye mu say see ade akwanya na aba say ye implement ade no.
No. I say we sector minister no we no minister of health ministry of health no obo sign here na yes sign here say adimu aka say finance minister ebe sign na controller e dia ya adwuma implement enti mobile no ye di kan di command chief director no wo because January no wo de na young appointing minister of health any other ministers and enti ye de call ye no so wasum no mo be di hu dwuma and sector ministers ye be ma appointment e say ye confirm and yes, I buy now. Oh, you capture the BBA or you call a big budget. But we are offer a meeting. You can't know what you said that now you can know. You can't come minister of health. Nanka was saying na BBA. Oh, you have a confuse minister were too kind to say anything. And they could do the young formal committee in your money who say, the air corner, you say, can I be womb? And until the attuned to go, I say a road map, say. So no question so be implemented dia na ya hwa o implement ade no di ya be kwa strike na mom de be ye ya be boko jan no na be mienu na o ma nya kahwe ya be 2 OPD na ya say ya be free OPD na emergency wards o ma nya de ya na che say a free dwada e twa mu e bai de na de na de agu form enu na che say ko ba ya na no ye committee be na nsa ni fair wages afre ye ko ya fe na mo ko ka kire ye say your condition of service no man fan share budget no na man fan share budget no adenti na mudi trochre ye say oh bibia ma ho bibia ye tire krata akoma finance minister oh ye form committee my implement like say delaying taxes na na mode ye say mo bu ya bra yesu aden na man fan ko shemu enye ye ya fede as na say midwife say ye de be kwa ko shemu mo na ofa ye adwuma mo na say mo de ko shemu na say yi bi wo ho na enum ponti manti mi amfa nkwa nkoshemu a e wo senta na mo freye adi say na CEO e bia ni faso bi ba e bia say ni say nti na de wo ho no na nke aka ba wo twa ntoro kire ye se wo de akwa akoshemu o e say nyinsen o twa ntoro na nyinsen na be firi e be hu e ne ko strike abeda adi no se sa ma mfa nko na mo di toro kire ye na wo ti we ya wo bobajo
ti mi enhwe normally bia edaba maso a ye hwa ka ho asem ne ya quantify ne monetary terms no ebi ni uniform allowance meboa ebi ni tools allowance
no nya tools per se tools ye nka se tools allowance say no ni niam bi modi asese mu ayeke
anu ta ha eti die wo bobode wo to de no kire me
very good ye ka say rural incentive allowance ema your nurses who work chips compound any sebi nsu
anase mame mu bon in that order no a me bobo na ewo mu anu age atom nimu ana wayi afri maman enti uniform allowance no ewo mu nya sa na tools allowance no say nim
tools allowance nim
but who can say not tools per se what is it
e na me tire no ye ka tools a well say say ya o mo ye no a general na nema bi wo mu ma category of workers obi o ye adwuma electricity corporation and I say what ba bi o de na de na ye adwuma odo tools no e different from your equipment aye de adwuma wo hospital no e ye wo broad base aye wo ma obi a ono timi de ye na adwuma ba no nkire say ye koka for instance height allowance na obi afro electricity pole na wo so ye nurse ni wo nkofro pole a allowance ne nya wo de
Okay, 82 allowance and a broad base allowance be a dema
tools omodi ya adwuma ankasa. Enye nurse.
Okay. And additional duty allowance.
Additional duty ne dey am say aban factor no every salary mu dada.
Nti no dey e wo hokra dada.
Aha, no dey na no wo mu dada.
Okay. And call-in allowance.
Call-in allowance no. Eno na ye say ye frɛ obi a say na wo need duty. Na so bibia nti ye say ye dey bra. Na bra be adwuma. Eno
na just say a nurse on call. Na just say a nurse on call no. Also man allowance say na nka oni adwuma nya ne shift. Na mo bibi nti ya frɛ ne say omra. Okay, ya gina ye kakrama na ye nkomo no ya pese yete no ma bia se na going forward no ya misinform and mislead the listener no. Long. But what me comes at okay. And commuted overtime allowance.
Commuted overtime allowance no yes. Can find say abai no your friend is saying baby our year adwuma. Enti bi mo efa omu faka omu community from other places and eba akatua na ogene no bia no dutua ni ka sika ne man keten aha no abaye hwe
okay and
sa allow yi nyina awo kan wo all workers ayi ne
eche anya mo nko antina me pese
enu nti me pese you rest on hours because the entity ne yakọ strike no.
Aha, eti ya mudie ni nti we no me pese ya isolate na ye mu bia pese ye sua bibie no na ya tinsem na nti de fa cha me say it appears it's so that obi nkonya ebi ni say additional duty allowance you know waka wachirem say say ade nkwa ka akwatua no dada enso so ya lump it together say ni nyina ya sika mo ye den mo se mo gie was it permanent posting allowance anything.
Anu ye to say ebi ana me wo efa say me Kumasi krum na ebi abibi nti ya transfer me e de makọ bi abekwai ni nyina wa Ashanti region it's say what transfer me nti no ya wa allowance bi wo why wo say wo de mame
mate temporary posting allowance no so
and also say bia wo bia na wo ya adwuma friend say FM station na ya ban bia that is you bia wo ko leave me man hwe
and nature so be all relieve obi
ni pakro anya permanently ni ba
na funeral grant so
eno ye nhihye wa ma adwuma yini bia se wa fa ya adwuma eno nti se obi ebia na ni pakro na wu ana ne yere ana ne ba na yi a e wo se wa employer no otumebua no ma ono nso ye den otumesie na yi no kama
and fuel allowance
fuel ta ayi anka omo se empanyimfo a omo director nom ne ayi mo omo dika omo nanka category 1 and 2 omo jesa allowance nanka ye omo na ye ka say nurse for there ye nurses no ebinom dru PM no na bi nso dru PM mo na omo akọ strike omo ndru sa the DDNS ne ne ma no eno nti de ekoka ya na omo hwan no from by nanka ye be official nursing officer abanse no de onye ebidanti PM no de obetimi de abawo nti fuel say ja enye de ya woni car na na bia odi ba adwuma nkakra adwuma nti na odi ba eti uma no petrol kakra e visa no nso siwo
okay nti with terms ni bi no PM no just a principal nursing officer nyesa
officer that yeah
and aka DDNS no deputy director nursing say okay yeah no because see ebetimi ate ase nti was non basic allowance any dey
non basic allowance no che no ne no say obusumi akatua na nkasa no eno wo ho obusumi akatua a woje no eno ankasa ye den e wo ho but I was say eno ankasa na eye friend say how do you call it eno ankasa no a salary anka woje no ye woni man kitin bi wo ho a eno free salary no mu ankasa
nje say as the no ma bi fiafia ho kakra bi sa no
eno ho yi na eno so obi adwuma ni bi o Ghana nya nurse fo obi agb
and on-call facilitation allowance in there.
Say be ana we are nurse ni bi we are nurse specialist na ayi so who adwuma bra ya frau to me ba so say all the time bia who on call me pa say bibia sitam bia yetimi frau ma wo ba
and just a critical care nurses no
bibi si ya nurse say ya frau wa say wo ba e say doctor ono o ya say o duty nya say o te adwuma mu ho na mom bibi si ya odwuma ya dan ya frau no ma ne ba
and a 13th month allowance and the
13th month allowance na ye I say honorarium ma adwuma ya for bia nka bosumi bia obi agi na katua edu brunya bosumi na nka ya double bosumi akatua na ye dai amani pakro ehye nkuran so be ma adwuma for no so motivate o motuni aye adwuma and so be green agb just a nurse ni midwife for nko
tell me what despite media hey a year every first week of December bia no a year akatua miensa ena beba begu market me hwan me bank account mu November akatua no ebeba na na December de na ka ho na afi wo mo de bosome ba ko aka ho enti no first week of December ne de meji akatua no bosome miensa na wie ya no na me managing director father this no the letter ka ho say wo besa agi akatua January ending enti sika no susudi na ye ne yie enti multimedia so o birthday no na multimedia so atua double
ni na ye motivations bi am panyimfo no ye na ma nipa no so ayire ne ho aye adwuma
now afi me emre ye de wase say yanyanya headings no only exceptions no ye the additional duty allowance ye ka akatua no dada edie na ma other nursing group for edemo court and over what
me da say we na kwa ya DB I me say yes say your condition of service no you need to get bargaining certificate no but omo see unions omo see nurses and midwives no you to nsa frɛ wo mo you to nsa frɛ wo mo no ma betena se na ya nyina ya bobo de e pese ye de go krata so na ye de akoma aban sa na ye no na sa bre no sa na sa nkrofo no sa PAPNG fo no omo anso e ko register omo dia ye na ye nyawe because some of yes on better omo no na omo kasa omo frɛ ye ko ankafo ni omo ko kasa ye and yes frɛ by then Dr. Nyanti Tinzo frɛ ye CEO of NMC frɛ senka obefiefi ntem na be ha omo no yatumi aye den aka night omo akam no omo say dabi but na ye nim so omo akọ register omo ayi na ye no union enu nti omo kyerɛ sɛ yam frɛ omo ma metina mu ni ntina nti na omo de embargo kokoto so
internet just say at the time aban ne mo tena se May 20 na just say collective bargaining certificate in Equita Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association and na
your friend Namjin for your friend Ghana Registered Midwives Association sponsor there and your friend UPNMG for so ebeka ho
aya mo na mo frɛ wo mo ana say employer ne frɛ wo mo
aya frɛ wo mo say na collection by the beka nurse in what ma wo mo say wo ni ye membership ne nya de kro but obi a wo ne de but nyina ye no bom e ka say nurses no e dia ne be ya ma wo mo ye nta de allowance ye nya ne say we say ye je ne say
it not just at that level no 5 groups and a better now see say ye be can nurse for asem
because not PAPNG no na no kan wan
at the time no it has a 4 groups e better now see enti asia nya adwuma no the person ye tie wan se say enye nursing union no pe na sansensem we bi asisi say wokọ abakọsem mu eye National Association of Graduate Teachers Kwame Alobinum and Jacob Nunum Duse Pukunum Christian and Tokwa woman Nagrat Nat Kon Yan Sana Nagrat Ebenya Baby Agina and Tokwa Yan Sana Ali any Ernest Mo also concerned teachers Ebenya Baby Agina San Tokwani bi na ekukuru nursing union mu ana
they tell me say what's the constitution no makwan say nipa mienu nkra to me bom na omo form union na mrama ho kwan enti omo mom fi sa GRNM no emwa omo no omo so abo omo anu akoti omo ku mra nsi ho kwan It is just money you but you try say you better intervene. Say how mono they should bring it on board because I have a psychiatric nurses, but you see our mental health nursing society. They are part of it. The grievances in the they should bring it so that we address it as a union. And don't say there be
this time no employer no at it nine and na ohwem akoye say internal wranglings and na mo ko.
The employer be anywhere no because mo ko na mo ntem front papa ya obeka say mente ase da because obenya divide and be need ye ka say ye ko strike say wanya bi no mo so say o mo nko bi.
But at the time no employer no there otedi na no hwem
union na the employer no nsem nka ho ono dey fine no.
Enti afei no omo de court no was it a restraining order on GRMA and say was it a substantive case a yedi e ma judgment puye
or say that your first condition of service no dey na ewo mu bi na the injunction atoso so omo to mean implement it.
They just all restraining employer and say my employer ni implement it.
Exactly because no mo say omo nka ho ya mfere omo nka ho.
And usually so no ya na restraining orders no are valid for 10 days to be repeated. It 10 days be ani akọ repeat.
Court. The court ye ko sia na ya say explain the entire yes no more to asha dan ne ma na sa na ko ye.
The process no delay.
A delay by chire kwa na ye ka say ye di chire kwa nka say ye da so ye dey. E wo so. But na ye hu say ba bi atam no ko no. Tam ko nti the how mo court court fees ni ma ne ma mo ye ni nyina no. Omo famra ma ye ntia ma omo. No mo nya kwan na ye implement ade no.
At the later stage, you know, a year one more restraining employer, no, almost bet one who I say, I'm a mukramutu, customer.
I say you implement it. So now you're December. If you go do December, no, next say, I ban on so you got your country, so I buy nothing.
Now, one more a core year restraining employer, and say, won't ya until say, Omono Benyanti Asiano. Ekwe na fedom benya omo ho ntiase no e basi ye tia omo so benya bi de
omo benya bi
na say you three
ade aye implement na benefit ye nyina nka ma ye implement a time limited time ye implement wi a na nka wo so mo bi a na ode aye den abebo na de no ya transfer ne ya sisi but aja obi a woni kwa say otimi kokos call ya na mo de order kotos no na ma sa ade about I didn't see implement among some can
it health space no enye nurses nko a na health space one were there other stakeholders in the health space one mo de CBA no yetimi negotiate a renew for the 2 years na
oh say you be Ghana Medical Association some more health sector omo de you were gospel Government Hospitals Pharmacists Association. Omo de Health Service Workers Union. Omo de how my implement ama womo.
It but for sir restraining order no e ba ye over yenti ye ho ase within a nursing profession no. En kanya sa ade anka ye tua musika ama mo anka.
Ya da nka ya ye awie kura so na ban ba ko no kura free so.
E just akwakoye enkoto ebi ifuru na ebi hwan ebi ifuru na ebi hwan. Right, afe ya ba bedru. Yakoyi asem no yate ho ase. Eno nti yemfa ne say ya withdraw case na say consent judgment kra na aba na motu yo mo cost de ama omo a. Afe aban we ba ye no. First engagement na ye de ba asem a.
Yo, me da say. So say ade no ye kasa anye party din ye de e kasa ye employer. Ministry of Health and I fire you because you who are buying the our party be our back say oh me time no na me ma yenti some party we buy no adwuma efo amo nyina me yi mu nyina di na masan afa foforo what did that Ghana enunti eye ministry no want say can say employer it is omo free so no edimo amon krata omo hanova maamo ana yan kasanse ye de bebo betu manim January num anytime I confirm minister we so yes I better ma mo assure you say oh omo di ase budget num ene di eni so makwa rent makwa di akoshe mu di mo implement ade no ma ya afi aye say next na ye call strike ya na afi na abeda di say sa man fan say budget num ye do won hia be yem prensia enti say finance minister na sign signature e wa use out ama instructions ama controller enti ka says times ya na say mu free us 5 months 6 months ya say nka on sign wie tinya hu say no kra bi na di ewum ena ma ye tu ntasu kokko kokko na ye to no say ya kire bra no de ye be ye enti dia just on the farm no say na nka suro no mu suro so mo amfa nse budget wo mu ntumi nka nkire ye o say dia nekura na ye ka say so mo nya asem bi e ka kire e was minister of health otimi pa ya chow cause one kind of crime nkire ye ama the integrity of the office is at stake.
Okay, enti mayan hwe say Minister for Health Wabekasa flanked by the Deputy Minister for Finance Diako Wia ne say Sikano yesisia yesi implementing the fully is in excess of 2 billion Ghana cedis na outside of the budget anunti say yakase ye kopesa sikano dia beshem say ya a bed dislocate projections and outlines I was say ye de adwuma sa asem no okan ye no mubua ne saying
outlines name budget nipa in other words mun ko so suffer en ko prince ye budget na ya ye no e be ye pepe amaye ye ti is a disaster esi man yimu ti sense yira fa bi no mu a omudi kan ye ho budget omuko nya hu sika we ni akase ye kwa kotua say ye kase di mu kan so omu ko strike fa de omu allowances na yinti maka akwa kotua ma ye kan mo se ye dooso na ya no so adwuma no ye dan aye se se amu kan ye dodo na betena fi ye se mo aka no omu nya adwuma omu tumi ye enu nti se busia na okwa akopra onkopra bra metia sa ade no nka ye kra no nya de se bia ye se tua ni nyina bum se ka wote ase na ye arrangements na ye kwotena so wasan ya de na wie okay ye hwehwe bia na uniform allowance the akamu utia no once in the year the akamu no ye betia no bia teachers friend is saying research and how do you call it research allowance
book and research allowance
very good and also utia no once in the year wow teachers from no mo saying nanka wape no any teachers from no mo nyina akra mo masters of research nanka watimi atia no na fe na ehwe nkwala na sabi omo watching compound na year omo chare esuo na yin ya be ne de sa reas no na wontumi ntia akra na ye betimi spread over the ye kasa
etinejesa yete wasam yase year the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association mu open to staggered implementation of SADI.
Exactly, but just say you who almost sign condition of service no by Minister of Finance and so.
Enti ya hwe ne say yakoyachi May 2024 was there an agreement
in the na wie no kra
na review no na yen sign ya na
there's a review no ya sign ya sign yo ya sign pe na ya standing document 33-1 I was a employer not to be implemented whether there is change of government or not
but there na wo say just almost science and yet me I discuss whether you bet me a stagger a implementation.
I mean, the Fair Wages and Salary Commission, Labor and Employment, Employment Relations, how do you call it? Ministry, Finance Ministry, any Ministry of Health, or more buying fund. Yenso as nurses, GRNMA. Yan a bargaining certificate, no. It's yan sign on behalf of other your sister unions, no. It's yet Bobo near money in Ayajia to Marino, ye can sign and no answer. Say Adimu. Adimu no afraid a letter be free Minister of Health, come Minister of what? Finance. So on approval Sadeno. It will not approve we are. No, I'm a controller letter. No matter say implementation. That letter now, that approval there was a way to approve. No Minister of Finance no approve no. And no na come.
And then so no. Maba wani bi so ehuru health minister say wonye competent na wono no way Danny Hall prefect. Nchiremu ya wo de be.
I know the maintain menka no bi.
Ya na ya mo ye kire say presenter for ni bi nhwe wo ma no kasa yie no. Ya na maba wa ni bi soso no.
Ya na kwa mo fa so kasa na enye pra.
Aha, because
say bi mo kasa ya je wheelchair allowance. Yeah. So ni nyina ni musa. Say mo gu ya ni mo asa.
Aha, ye presenters no ye hwese ye nguma ni mase no. Mo soso mo members no nkuma no a enne Esipa Makante wo mo soso twro edidi minister no so atem no munya because we say a finance minister no say otro let it be Emma controller. It has got nothing to do with the health minister. In the essay one dey na to pass on. Now
health minister no necessarily recommendation to your friend is saying to the minister of health no. Minister of finance.
Nenso so finance minister as an implementer no or no be issue letter warrant ediama your friend is saying controller. Exactly. Okay.
But who can say o ma capture no budget no? I don't think that say what you have to budget and capture.
Oh, say we leaders of the nursing and midwife association. Me ni say mu leaders no edu ba bi ade na mo pese mo ye mamrante ne maba wa ne nyina no ya mutimi enti du ba bi wono mo a mutimi kan munya ya nka de say because they catch them no.
Oh no, we are a force to reckon with.
Yes.
And don't you say what say what capture you two anamon about 2 times but what assure you say what capture they no for the budget. And ya niam ye didi agro no bia.
And now we call ye ne aka che say be ma yes sisi ya kaskala enya de betimi aye.
I say one fan ko what they call ya say wo say wo the amount mo dey ashem. I say be do say anshemu.
And budget hearings so no and also you separate obi ade ne de aba as no obi ade na yetimi.
During the transition period and the time that you were confirmed.
Enti sad May 2024 no engineer Benjamin Atta and was Simon fair wages and ura Alhaji Hafiz Adams Simon Minister of Health and ura yire perpetual free ampofu Simon registered nurses and Dr. David Tenkran so as general secretary on so sign into way and after the near person operationalizing and you implement here.
Exactly.
So,
it's a way and I say I dance as a condition of service no oh bibia ye ewo mu.
Timien Shay Ghana registered nurses more can say me 70 bisu amoka ya na ya me de but me pen munchire mo no say mu post to be on social media I'm saying stay focused. Follow strictly the roadmap. Non-confrontational. Don't be intimidated. We are doing this together. Part na mo can say non-confrontational no. Me de but na me busa me say me sit here no cross picketing netimi the confrontation but no more can na say na mo pese mo say non-confrontational.
Oh, say yen shada ye to ye nkwala no fo. We are ye no nkyere say yen panyimfo no na yen sigeti wo mo. Nkwala na wo down ho no na omo ani abrepa nti the council age atumu say yenya no eno na ye di ani mo aye hwa say e be implement today o say atu omo fo so obi nkodi obi atem obi nkoye niam bi say obi ni obi ekokasa kasa aka nsem a emfata enkyere obi but me say bi mu bufu on the grounds that the senior mo presenters bi mu kasa no the diners for atem look at what they are doing to our president mo kan nsem ahodo. And in the end, so be our study by the tolerance level. And it's a look of Kanya Mabina Brosonea, may Yahabotra, if you are not on Yahabotre. Well, but then Kayan the harmony, and the year can no create womb. Now, yet me at 2 near my year, meaning is like I can be near you. Yasabi, support to Omo. But Tom maybe I begin a trigger, you be mine also to me, Bassa. Oh,
Jafe me every the way forward. The way forward, and Jane and now, you bit me a share. Ama ano timi abubu asebono
yo the council meeting there na ya call fair wages and salary commission no omo the proposals be MIA and ya so ya betire ya so ya the counter proposals ya so ya de ko eno nti se ya de ko wie na de wo mu bia no omo beka na nti ase be na adwuma minim se bibia betumi akoda din
enti nya ade a as we speak Ubibeka say kojo to edafom kra yentimi nya ho hwe
Se say am dey just say yet bibi. No say dey can no finance minister no dey. So mo to me sign sa be no ma ya ga nuru ba bi aduru yo. Ba mo dey aya to pre. E na ye benya nipa ya de ye be ma bi mo ama ya ko fa se bi emrewafo a ko mo wo mo ahomegie mu. So mo so mra nsa ma me e me ye adwuma yi. Enen so nyuma no se bi bredi asam islamika en ti se tetede no. And computer ni niema bebree a omodi ye adwuma. Emrewe omo ba obi obeda kukuru no. Eti omo nso kra no, omo ye life members, omo ye part of GRNM ni. And unto say ba se mo subject to omo to that treatment no ka. Ye ni nye ho because omo ni ahoden papa. Ba mo se mo be resolve unti mo anhwa ansan de so mo san no. Because mo ni say bi mo omo se omo anko strike no bi nti omo obetumi. Omo nkrofo no mo members no say o due process no dey yepa na nokre na aban no ka yes you approve say etro no mu twa
na who define Abrewa as who?
Obi a wako pension
bia o ya Abrewa
no ye ba be ma so be akokora
nti no 61-year-old kura o ya Abrewa
say wo nye panyini anka say bi ye nyu free service no eti omo do say mpanyin free no so ne dey.
So you know honesty who susu say a 65-year-old ain't mean perform any nursing duties.
Tie ya me kano. Enya say on to me. Ye kan kura ya si o ba wa nya be 35 45 and you wan nyere ho anwo a e be ye say be bi mutu nya 50 wo. E wo mu sa. Ba ye pa kire say nka o ma wi o ma dwuma. Die na nka e ha bi mu say mo sa ko ha wo mo say o mo mra meto adwuma so nye. If you just say nyini no per se age in some yeka. And how many are they in the country? Some make me cover health services, health facilities ni nyina.
Enti
they need rest.
Utie health minister na bra or can sa retired nurses no ho asem.
Kabi kire me.
Me free say so utie health minister no a na oye apologetic. And na all country o my ma omo sofa say muntwama komantom yam na ye committee said the bia no ye behwe ne nurse for resolve sa asem we na abra ye hwehwe se ye no mo be resolve no ye gitum se oman ma ho kire wo mo anu nti na yesre retired nurses says omo wa bra we use the word voluntary omo wa bra omo mra meboa ama ye ntimi enhwe wo ne aye kwa ho kire mu kosi say ye ne Ghana registered and nurses and midwife association ye betimi arrange agreement na yama ye ato aye oka we ya waka bone
ade am say we sisi atemi me wa adwuma na ma pa wa adwuma be na bi want ni am adwuma I was say adwuma no koso but you am pe obi aba be say wa nan as a temporary bi a e be cover there is nothing wrong with it obi ta say oya permanent because on you know all remedial idea of no it's not solve situation no but yeah say it shouldn't have gone that far.
But ni nyina kire say aha ni nyina kire say we in negotiations so no negotiators use word be negotiating in good faith, and then we are also saying say you come to equity with clean hands tesia no de asie na asie yente ye ho ase wankasa west na me use yi watwa motro say ye de bibia hye budgetim mud adadie say ye tro ye mfa bibi hye budgetim processes ene ye be ye ama yetimi be back to baby a was say ye de mayen processes no could be days, could be weeks. I don't expect to say it could be months. And until was days, weeks, any person na a way, and think the yansre say obiwo expertise, said the massy or retire war per year, say we also government hospital, it need 10 years. So I expect it to be somewhere in the region of 67, 68. Sister Abna, what you mean, Nante Ekoba, Trono, and Tibia, if young Quanta, Kokobwa or moi, why are you more order, when him whole routines, no, name be new electronic systems are. Modi register bi no enenye ochire minor no me bia sa registered nurse no obetimi aboa as in taking even vital signs or san as ambulance service omo and standing in readiness sa obetimi aba se basa mon crofo no sha ase say omo fighting no say adentina oye bibi in the interim because you no reach agreement. Is it in good faith?
Is that coming from us as a national executive?
Who busami?
Maybe so.
Ming tis a national executive neka sa.
And I may say, the Amelia can say, and yes, a flower throw a mono. So, person offer solution to the situation, and a problem. But yes, your seniors no more 1 year to man air home. It shouldn't have traveled that far. Think almost sign documents now. Would you have gone to call them?
And I traveled that far. I didn't share worry. Yes,
how long does it take to sign a signature?
Sabia, Ubaya finance minister, and I be who say, ye Bob Busiama, your debt to GDP ratio, could be 105%. Then ne pesi reduce under 50%. These are some of the major areas. But we are looking to see say and yes, sir, we say, Yankomo no waji atomu say, Sabiaku, a yamuamunian mubi. Edo be nim de no mo hwehwe. And I just say, ya approve bia de amano, Munkwamo de no, mansu bi ekoba ho a, yentimi anhwe unresolve. Iti obeka say unintended consequences. And I say siano, as the nursing profession, mo ye de benia, move face. But don't you need to meet the government halfway, Anna?
I don't know, make say halfway. I ever meet them on again, and then say, well, accepting some of our, how do you call it? What we have raised, the allowances near, while prove what then you cannot say, way, meeting HTI no see, way, just you spread and also the acquire. Is that not meeting him the halfway? And also, Munya, no more petty.
Says Siano, also propose a biaba. Mosuma Koshia Council, Mosmo the counter proposal. I
know fair wages and they buy and see the Alphania printing and also when you crowd the car.
Na Pambe so na you bet me who say decision if Ghana Registered Nursing Association wobeba a representative of the views of a nursing professional.
Part of Sisubium.
Pambe so say fair wages in the Bibiaba. Namokura so Mosuma den must sign. Makwa bi amoso de counter proposals eko eno na me busa say be ye dan ye hunu say momu counter proposals amaye no within hours no a representative of the views of the entire nursing profession.
Thank you so much. Yeah, council now and your neck members no kwa neck members yeah 9 20 members from 10 administrative all 10 all administrative regions, all regions no na yeah so a woman 16 10. And the regional chairman, secretary, Omna constitute Abekanek, Omea constitute council. No, and they have their own way of communicating with our members on the ground. And some of them are a yaba. It doesn't be a neck for the Akushia, they actually be without the knowledge of the members.
It will carry the views of the rank and file of the profession.
The council is there to do that, and they come from all the regions. And until the Omobek decided on Biana, it's taking say a free region or whatever.
Na no crese Madam Pepe Mrs. Ofuriampofo any Dr. Tenkran Chum Omo Afrigana hase.
Yo, me pa jo me da se. Efie mienu bia your International Council of Nurses omo choose one country. Now, my committee no. Last year, na make a team no cry called Malta. Every 2 years, we are much more date that almost cost our meetings. No, I face International Labor Day and a Labor Conference, and also Omo Holdu and also Omo Kobi. And into Omo Ko and Okrana, Chief Labor Officer, Ghana Chief Labor Officer, and also called a meeting in Geneva. If in Trano, almost Omo MP or President, no, also count Kobi. And we yes, our labor one or Geneva. No, there was some to also Helsinki or Finland. ICN, so the International Council of Nurses meetings. No, it's all moko. It's almost the answer. Magana, they continue there. It is just like an into normal free minum. Number I omo chiracho 2 years back near say omo attend this meetings and they do omo call.
Inti nye fair say obi be suggest say past Rome is burning. Leaders not baby. Okay. Na boso me so a mrante de maba way at the lower level no. Ombeko akohwe bank say o market ya betom.
Labor law no en ma hoka en ka say dia employer say of bi mo cost their rightful you know mo court everything omo cost strike and then dia omo ka. There is no law supporting that say we omo ka. Nti ombege atpe music ombege omo ka tia.
This same government na obehwe studio aketua na mama.
Government our employer wo mo ye adwuma na say so otua omo ka.
Say government na wa employ mo na etwe manso over condition of service no. Ono aso na behwe ase tu omo ka.
Because I want to see omo mpene no omo twa ntro kire omo expose ni nti.
Ya no obehwe na emu aketua na de fabre yen.
Adwuma strike no ka part of the job no.
But mo kwani amufa so say mo threaten some because striker specified period that the labor act would require say you be resolve so dey we say there na course wonti a mutimi declare strike ema high court be ka say my dey be near ma strike illegally
me pa jo say wo say what the wasem court say court dia me manager na me boss ayemi say ya court be so ma be hwehwem ana me boa on ka say fa won sem free order omo mom say ya illegal omo free ya de ntia yes ya pass due process no ya be kirim cause as I say you can notify me 7 days prior to that strike that roadmap na here nyina ya de whole company here nyina bremo say do the say dia ya total withdrawal ya kan nyina kesa wo wa ko nyina ba bi ka say ya illegal la wo na be the reason why it is illegal but here you need to pass it through the right process.
Inti Labor Commission womu ko high court no dia na womu ko ka kire George ni ntia George no declare mo strike no as illegal.
Well, I don't mean to say omo no omo ko ka di omo minim di omo ko ka ye. E to say do also omo frɛ say yan ko kire mu ya ba ko kire mu say illegal na legal la. Say nyina ye behu. Udi kan wo court an say wo de ye de.
Na fe dia na asie ntia ye pe leadership of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwife Association as serve woman with processes ye nyamu nti no makwa akopɛ substituted services yi.
So mo serve ya omunya ye.
Ti se o makwa se
ebi mu committee no ba bi. Na sa adwuma o se nye full time job. Adwuma nkasa wo hɔ ayeye. Na we ya union na ya let us as executives na. Ya taba ya ni nkrani ya taba besia na ya meeting. Ti nya nkra ho na ya adwuma.
It is under the substituted service ya see use WhatsApp na yemfa bi so nkonkotare mo notice board so yemfa bi so ntar high court building so no monsaka mo beba ana meeting course so Labor Commission all stakeholders na mo manko yi
almost ebo wan o se no mo de bre wan kan je letter no wan no mo de bre no
tinya de o mo invite mo
omo nya ya ntanka letter bia one fa letter amre ya wanya ya wo kwa kasa bia wa frɛ ya ma illegal nam tell say ya court no ya ko chiri mu a ya betimi a chiri
it mu ye fully prepared so whilst we are looking for solution no mobile appear before the judge and explain yourself.
Oh, a truth to the yeah, law abiding people. And some day I go to them. Then I go to them. Say, anything, almost almost every answer and thank Kakrata. So we now, what they are now, Master Ebe, yeah, the dinner, one day, and now the American, and after the Alvia, Udi America ko se master dia na oba be ye se me hon sem dia na wo ho sa ne ya dem be ni pa in person mani wo se wa ma no krata ro ati eni o no so de oba ye na wa ye ba wo pa krata mre odi a o se wa invite your mama bi o ma ya nya krata ni ti ne yanko nya se nke yanko ada ye franka dia na wo
e de na che se be serve ni pani legally much more appropriate and correct than to say be serve ni pani personally. Okay. Afutu kakra so say council no beti o say mo neck for so na mo be ka kire mrante ne mmabaawa no wodo aso eto fom a nurse fo nkuma ne bi soso no asem ane se ye bema doctor fo ahunu se ye ni hɔ a omuntimi enye adwuma ade a ekoso ni nkyiremu a wode be no mo ne doctor for rivalry bi ana
no no de o kan ye no na nka ubisa ma ikenu na be ye
o but wodo aso to fom a
ye ne doctor for na ye
anti die na be ka kye nkwala wodo aso to fom a maba wankuma
no ye kire ne se me ntin ye mum na mum omo de mo aye de mo beti nsem bebre aye ye nti but I don't think say ye ne doctor for na enya ye ne doctor for na enya ye ne employer no na enya enti ye betre mo mamu ko fanto ko bia meda ye ne doctor for nti ye sere mo
mo demonstrate mo nhwom kasa ye nkyere se ese mo ne doctor for na wo friends manso bi mo ye den aso a doctor for ya na wa mo
me chere enya ya possibly ka juma professional assembly ya ka wa me chere enya right say ye betini akọ bi betini akọ asa aki doctor ka say ye ni omu ni beef bia wo omo aye den enti omo ye sa no omo nyai it is not the right thing to do
because nursing profession no president anti perpetual so can baby says mo say sika no yamfa nche budget mu dia na kire say mum value in the health space. Can you explain at the end of person watches or can say you value nurses in the health space? Person watches saying.
Just say in some degree e wo ho. Well, I say nurse for nsem no yam fa nya adwuma o man yi. COVID yi ba ye. What is idea for the frontliners? Dia na amfa mba wo man yi mu. Omo ka say so be in the course of duty kura no nya yare no bidia omo allowance omo cha to omo de be mani pakwa na san ne ho yare omo yare ye no omo ankasa nurse and midwife no omo anetua omo ho ka mantia e kwa omo de ye faso no so omo buya mpa nka how come say ye de abra say be budget no e betimi akapcha na watimi asho ye papa ye jiwudi na watimi asho ye say o wudi ashem ta na wo dada ye I don't because say ye hu hia e say mo so mo ti say ye hu hia wo mo a mo di shiru say o mo di ebi mo di ehihye mu
but yet ye hu ase from the onset to say entiasia anya adwuma within the nursing profession na kokofa delay we nyina de baaye
enye no apart from eno no de eno twamuko saa time omo ka so omo be ready sa budget ya ye we ko ye na saa asem no yabu awie enti enti mfa me share no
this asem break away from January ya 17 matimi aye definitive statement to say the current government no on value nurses ana
ya one menyini say anti perpetual I can say the current government or can say the government
or say
because the COVID time we are making na nya sa ban we na woso na no na woso
there be all to a current situation say ba say yamfa anhye budget mu no and or say adia ye deserve na se ne wo be kan kire ye say enhye budget no mu dia e de na akowie say munye de be nea mun value in the health space but if mamenye definitive statement obi anka say ya kan asemato no so na se mo an say the fact of say and na ebede dey say mo amfa ye costings no anhye budget no mu no na akowie say enhye mu dia de aduro na aduro no e kire say mun value in the health space and te hona me busa say within the period of January to date 5 months 6 months and the matimi ehunu say employer no be the current government be the government of Ghana be the previous government and value nurses ana
and yes sa COVID time no yanka bi ye kan bi sa frontliners issue by ye kan again yanka no Ghana
and ya na mutimi kan wa sa
yanka no wa sen ka den ye kan no sen ka mu value yampa nka wo panyina ti say office say wutimi kan to kire say wa capture budget wa bra won capture now person ye ni gini e boy ensem ma wo
and the
yeah and you respect us nka mo di shemu
enti ebuo any respect may not necessarily say
you chose not your mistake na mo ye because you the brain mo assure you say baba try na ko fa so anyankum the mu buye na mu value yampa nka mo di ko mu
afeni kra answer na abeko Ura Joseph Krampa, Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwife Association. Yet there was a when ya bre na when ya botre na mimicracy and one margine abefie can name them room baby. Na nipa bi ka said na no ye ka galamsey nsensem affect ye nyina organized labor say de na ye nyina no ye ntinte sukoko mfa nkyira ban Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwife Association led by President Perpetua and the General Secretary Tinkran and PRO Joseph Krampa more up to out of sa adieno say more essential services. Now you simply could not leave your jobs on that score. Say ye kwa galamsey ade. He said nay mo strike it there. Na kwa say munya consistent. Mu bua ne say.
Two cases. Galamsey any condition of service I had the crop. You can say that galamsey doesn't affect our work directly. They talk to me, strike can never resolve the issue of galamsey. And the stakeholders no moment to know how best they can stop it. And strike now But let me tell you something. Organized labor now unions will separate unions. Declare or say strike no more cano and because striking to me magalamsey according more now strike or because the man this stakeholders policies on implementing and how to tackle it. And until a year be more as far the consequences of that. Say galamsey ninti, and it doesn't involve us directly. Condition of service involve you directly, which is different from the galamsey issue. It's not two things I bet me are compare man
Yo, and the new way na see I am the response counter proposal in all fairness, in all honesty, could we be looking for a break in the impasse? Ama Yahumbe Harrier.
Yeah, Bompire, no, well, this is for midwife. Yamano, I said that. So, all gay, I say, when you see, I know what's happening, but I wish you were in you were at the workplace working. But we're not going to be brain semunti. And into no more, just saying, I may have done near the court, not be saying that you may need to meet halfway crown. We assure you of that.
Oh, okay. And then Mirafo no I would describe woman. Almost unconcorded or mumpem.
My bread, my bread. And I buy here, you say, how after almost a moment. I was a passion there, war woman in Tino. Who say a volunteer, but who's a be more about? Humanity.
More Florence Nightingale for no. And I'm more celebrity nurses, no so. Good grandpa. Celebrity nurses, and they quack warm watch say, TikTok, you quack see a dan na a new woman part time. I private hospitals in Yanedom, or Makaji full time. Never home so. No, pass it back. Was offer. Mammy, take it time 10, I'm uncle.
But the attorney say, you can't tell your color. The castle cost strike are interested to coin. And you're right, so be too coin. Because strike no can be reversed today. I be here with duty. It is not how when you just want to start a woman. So be come baby on your baby or Juma. Study a bay na time, no so no because a young boy Juma. Ubi uncle absent in home and uncle fast and I'm ready for crop. Medicine.
Yes, yet there was a papa and the Joe Cramper. You don't want to hear Juma ness for the BRC and yes, why? And that's right. Enti Majali. It has a more fast back living waters. Just what or boy Jumanesa was for Mammy and the Quebec and Guajuma. See, that cost striking to take advantage. I have more hours.
And no procrate any problems any day in the Juma. And now one more strike in on an old farm.
How do we determine Florence Nightingale for no any celebrity necessary?
And they'll do hospital one hour. Who do hospital her? Now be one nurses for the Bisubai. and I'll be home one song out to me say adwuma no mu te say yen radio adwuma ye pepepe you will be o ye adwuma to say nipa adwuma na o ye no ye passion about the work ebinim won so dia om de ebi ato na beto om kwan mu na om anya microphone no mo nti na usually insanity udru ayarasa bia ni bi ho a utumu say nurses for we no ne dia nti ene dia it is there and the practical in udru hospital wa bi ho be say the nurses for ni bi ye om adwuma fa ya kono na be say de bi nso ebe ye wafa when say we go training no
say question back when Musa no is it true say sikana ye kan nyina no nyina na Ministry of Health and na hwe atu yakwa de be internally generated fund na facility no and na open a fence authorization na we use no IGF no bi e de atua says kan
yeah that is correct correct and correct e be a facility in e betua but it should be sanctioned and by the ministry through Ghana Health Service. Now, massa facility no. So, what matua ediama nurses na what year juma or sanity and is fact.
It means share a agreed rates agreement no. Almost a year. To be to say research find answer now Sabeka a book and research allowance no or say beneficiaries no are to publish their research findings and apply same to teaching and learning into sector institutions no and a bit deal with because the baby a church a nurse for the church a year for so no midwife for the and was a uniform allowance no 1,000 cedis a
year, the whole year.
So no, and you know all nurses and midwives in the public sector. It will be about 1,000 cedis a year. So it is less about 80 cedis a month. And I just want to come there. Na fita no say green no say brown no. Yeah, the back here saying.
Do be so mo.
80,000 cedis
the whole year.
A year. And a fuel allowance, no, was 180 liters at the rate of 10.99 cedis per liter, or at the applicable government approved X pump rate, whichever is higher. Or more Sabeka, principal nurse, midwife, midwifery officers in the public sector, and above. And analogous grades. So, in the young kuma ya, onim baby a clutch crowd. And I was say non-basic allowance, no. I say 8% of your monthly basic salary.
Basic salary, yes.
So, and also no. I say all nurses and midwives in the public sector.
In the public sector, and the
and on-call facilitation allowance, no. And also you have 5% of the monthly salary. And also nurses and midwives in the public sector who work in understaffed facilities and are required to work beyond normal 8 hours. So when I'm per job for be so and na bra frema and no pakusi anajo and najo do back na fe no work into on call the 5% you can't one. Rural incentive allowance also to be paid as contained in the final document prepared by the technical committee of the health ministry. Also nurses and midwives in the public sector who work in rural areas. And if they also 13th month allowance, also 1 month basic salary for all nurses and midwives to be paid at the facility level on a yearly basis. So no, not just
the facility.
And yes, if it's one neighbor
facility
now nurses and midwives in the public sector, and almost have a cancer scanner. And I was say continuous professional development support. I say annual professional license renewal fees and required continuous professional development CPD to be paid by the employer as contained in the collective agreement. All nurses and midwives in the public sector. It is a it means target approach to implementation. Anka beboy.
Oh yeah, beboy offer so we need aban no bit me demonstrate the obetimi aye. Next of one bit ma gi atum say the aban na chance here so you we need the bit ma twen. So the next year na be a full implementation no. Because when nya there den. Nya there den.
Possible say politically because yen so mo resolve nhwa na.
Mentias here.
Yen so mo hwe what they would do.
Okay, na ga wo mo nyira mo sa.
Na yen hwe on resolve.
And you're politically right.
But bibi sabit mi aba. Na ya ma man ma ho akire yan na.
Na me say and you're politically right. And me nim and you're reasonable say mete say open we be kasa. Na ga be me mama, I'll be surprised. Yeah, I'll be surprised. I'll be very surprised. Because in some said they kind they're very sensitive. Yeah, you Jojo. Next of one kasa woman na no psychiatric for na woman do am call court. With your friend saying last year no amwa because na ke no e be put the pressure on government then. Mama implementation process na mama shase. It is a court in some nakasa na amwa court in the 25th January anom go yi free court. And am kasa omo out of court settlement. Then 25th January anom go yi. Into of which ekono amwa
na wo mu ankasa ho no enti ase anya adwuma na fa bi ekwaje sa restraining order no a ye resolve wie mamunya mo ho nti ase etua wo mo cost kura de ma wo mo a wo the full vim eba new government no so ana
say wo mo no on say wo mo kasa mu ni nyina no there is a baseline wo mo say according to them wo mo na eka so wo mo kokoshia this current government in Penufo no wo mo catch wo say wo mo e dia share budget de mo into wo mo ntwen
just a misrepresentation bi a sha no
eho wo mo ntwen no mo read the budget ni asem ni nyina ni wo mo point no
nga mo kan no kra from day one
from day one say no kra ni afi na abanfofra even though aban eye ntoaso no afi na abanfofra ba. There has been a transition period into womo enya abotre na bia nyame ya adoma subsequent budgets no womo de be but according to womo kasa mo nyina e hope na womo de ye nyina so until now womo say womo ye sequence of engagement so na ni nyina na ampie mu say
yem fanshare
budget him until and then 3 days ya meeting
enti
eno na ma womo no
president of the republic time I can say said the yabo bosia no sika bi na futronum it is oba nyesi the strike ba betata no ayema ne break akra honeymoon I catch it to use for no a ye gi na no kosi say no honeymoon wo ba ya so bebe ye adwuma no tangent ya wo koi no enka wotimi sre wo mo the way the nukwane agi ensem nyade a yebetimi dia hyemu sese ye explore ways abi yebetimi aye no say 75 25 and 25 75 and 50 50 yenye ni say ya ebianka no betra asomu than to mislead them into thinking say yeah they are budget only to be told at the last minute say budget
what fanke no would have been best. So president said ya wo kan odi kan earlier time obonto ano na ebi ohia wo na de necessary fo yi kan ye nokre say wo mo catch rom say wo mo ntwen na wo mo present ya ban ne budget ni wie na wo mo de behim say ye nokre sa na wo mo kan dia na I think say earlier no president no mo hia no mo kasa anka they would have been understood because wo mo kasa ni nyina say ya monitor all the sequence of events kasa ni nyina ya de ba ko wo no essay aban no anka no kure bi ankyerem na last minute na aban de be ka so me say no man fan share budget ni me say no mo pa akere because say the condition of service no fe obi anka say ebisu eti say no obi anka sa na ya de a wo magye atum a wo masan May 2024 da ho
edi yam fa ne say wo de ehwe agu awie ya anka no kure bi ankyerem anwie the best solution and say yetiti fie ya ye nuanom so
and no na me ka say ehɔ no necessary so should have been considerate anything na me ka bibi say ensam no ne ka no say dia wa wo kan ye no say ye ka ye ya atwe yie na yen run commentary a ebema obi buafu beba just what you say
yes be 20 woman
yeah being the woman to me kuta woman and the nurse for ya woman so ka woman sem it is honorable kwamna mita kando and then anopa tututu na me say na make sa na honorable kwamna mita kando asem ka ya amanfo ka say na o say nurse for no okofa retirees yaba no ma ba be ya adwuma asem na o ka it was a humble appeal ema me born ne no e wa ha me born ne no and na pay
the voice
you see no dey kasa won say yes won say obi kasa wofa as o hwe the posture but yeah well political your friend commentators no I just said they beto dwa bia na news bullet ya abai eya na dey ato bia retirees retired nurses and midwives will take over na yenso ya trotro your brofo hu yenso ntrofo yi na dey agu ho etiripa ne hu ya onkoba ade na chinhwe na wafa kwamna mi ta kan do kra say nurse for no ko nko because it's not casa
you see security services crana your reserve list aye wo mu crana o makọ retirement oni soja biem oni prosi biem oni fire biem so no sa reserve list no obi nim china sem yetimi ma o mo beboa o man no your civil defense organization no obi wonim die e wo certain sector omususu etimi ba ebebeboa enti say whilst looking for solutions no ye cast say obi a retiredness na obetimi aboa omra meboa
but for media me so on carbon bia some have said it several times in no pay on carbon so for te da make na me no me one advocate make say o me mu ye wo retired teachers there for so many years. Experience, 40 years experience. Now one na oba na say I was on the yepe. Never. Experience never. No. Don't what fama no say no one be ade manuel sebone. Your retired nurses, retired midwives. Your health policies bia. No mo titifie. We don't engage them. Your friend said post for.
But me retired chief of defense staff na our district be yeah 6 March
invite no what sort of country is this as a nipa no abaye adwuma na experience ni na to fie no wa pro na just say no na ye jane sa tie bia nipa no enye books bi na obetro kakra na enya bia kenkan na ye jane sa but o mamu no ebredu say wo fasafo ni nyinara ye nhihye bi de ma omo.
But I was say that period you see I was say you employ sober your pen say language say a kasa a juju nipabu
that's all
so na afanu ni nyina no
wo mu nyina timi nyante ase so that ase understanding to me but from a buying side from a year your friend say a nurse for no so a side since I said I say nurse ni bi ka so okay baby tire I say I can't also can say retiree am so we say the nurse because but also wafa no kora woman say the leadership no and usually no woman so no say be woman crop no mo edu woman no woman na no mo hard you say leadership de ombeka na ya asem no ono and what be doctor for the na kan no say nurse ye be chere doctor for so nurse no kan we are where you below the belt where they see your money the to dustbin because enye sansem we ni ye ka asem na be to no nya agudio ene ye be chere doctor for say ye ni kwa wo mutimi ye adwuma no wa be ka sa no what kind of professional say wura mu wo fa yen sentwura adwuma no profession no say wura mu yi a wo te kwa wotum say adwuma na wo ye no wo gi bibia fruit wo free microphone na chi a na wo say bia say na tie
me wura fefe ne din ye me de Esipa Makante na Esipa Makante ne beef ne saying G-based news a reporter say Minister of Health directs National Ambulance Service to prepare to support hospitals as nurses and midwives strike impacts wasn't. They should stand alert. Say in case it be netie asamo o kan say ambulance for no ba ombetimi ababe boadiaye or say the alert shows that emergency departments are facing a critical shortage of personnel requiring immediate assistance to stabilize patients, perform wound care, monitor vital signs, and administer medications under supervision. So no, or say ambulance for bar, a dear almost stand by at the emergency accident and emergency department. Don't bet me said the bear almost bet me a stabilize the patient. So BBC na emergency medical technicians no almost ambulance no more cosina. Almost stabilizing the panantana over the Naba hospital.
Almost stabilizes.
The other na the health minister can say, almost stand in readiness. Say be a dombeko EMTs na accident and emergency department. Na omubeti mi ahwe abua mi stabilizing crofo obi beka so onte ase or say afen so no perform wound care, suturing a wound, and emergency medical technician on me ana, and then also was say monitor vital signs. It will be on no ambulance in the EMT nino on me and monitor vital signs. After so no say administer medications under supervision. Way ambulance TMA and in response to a news item no. When your health minister is clueless about your job description, this one thinks all health workers can just change roles at a whim. Under whose license are they going to operate? And I'm asking myself, who are nurse? Whilst we are looking to find solution to asema dahono, obi ne twantro, obi ne ntwantro, the abane say cancel of a year nurse for any neck and you're comfortable with the SCA. Now, Mufri said the only way you bet me who has no credit say, young total strike near Yanshe, or said the roadmap, Papa.
Yeah.
Into I'm passing your call strike, young no cra, a wasemunum. Into a fair year, queer anymore. Nay, and queer faster bequenim. Now, what has that got to do with a year health minister Kase, ambulance service, and standing in readiness? Now, no, my also in Omukromo bar, Omababe, you. And you go to social media, who attack a health minister. Or you're clueless. Or you say, if you saw a dining hall prefect, if you say,
yeah. Dining hall prefect, no kind. Or my training association.
And University be on also Kobida. Nanti say, or can say, a year was at school, no, a dining hall prefect. Political terrain.
How does it go?
Yet me the qua, and my debia, just say, and what did I know prefect into something previous? Oh, my dear, none of that.
And I may back say, one training association of.
Dining
hall prefects. You be taking on association of dining hall prefects. You be taking on. Because they are with Mambe and fire your name and Bambe your form. Dining hall prefect or a dining hall prefect that doesn't mean so to me, Juan. How does it got to do with a Juma or Yan?
Now we're dining hall prefect.
And a dining hall prefect will be a dining hall prefect. I wouldn't experience her. Will be a dining hall prefect or secondary school leveler. Wouldn't say the here. And one can you crack. No render apology, unqualified apology to all dining hall prefects. What's it? Now, yeah, association of dining hall prefects. Now, and then, your health minister. Oh, Baba can't say, oh, coach, you know, a dining hall prefect. And so what? How does it got to do with a Juma? What I catch man reply, I catch and say, on render unqualified apology. And for my, it will be a dining hall prefect. Do to me a health minister. I said, okay.
Onim oba fefe esipa makante
mon country na mame
esipa makante say
mon country no
obu afu pa na dano prefect ya ba bia wo free ni ba bia waduro ya me kase bi na ti o Sabre we say na obi ankasa wo bekọ baabi a wogidie wo no se nyame kese bi na de wo nam efise sabre we say no de nsese yade bi etimi eka wo de wo to wonom na wo require services from the government operated facilities na emu no betimi akọ charge for no wonom facilities operated by the Christian services na betimi akọ health sector so a operated privately na ko na nyankopon no anaka ya ho na wo de ye kọ na wo de ye ba busunetie nyame baako no ono a na bo amagere eno ono a bo patapa na akwa no peto kire sen
so ba je say ye nyina
eno abo patapa no bo sa akode wo peto kire sen
obese o kire say ye nyina ye pe
Sa no peso ka because ende no watini abo nyima ka say nyame baako no bo magid ono a na bo sa akode ono a na bo patapa mu hwe ye na me ni patapa so one corner for the animal bedino nyonyo wacha what watch say what boy nyum na ba waka some there they say nyame ba ko na so on the boy magic on the boy sakode on the boy patapa na patapa what this sakode gina on ma hwana no
ofe just okay
sir hwana boy sa be no patapa this sakode gina hwana no ofe
patapa nice boy nice boy
jeda mo mu so patapa no unzo oh you cute
yeah
oh ada swabro na patapata na endina ga se munya sa ukobọ nwum ya ba keke ka we dia kire patapizi papa yanginka messages kakra na ave yamra when e ka say pokus therefore wabedru good afternoon wa Father Kabri. This man you are interviewing is a typical MPP man talking. Just listen to him. He has absolutely no human feeling. The fact that innocent Ghanaians are dying as a result of their illegal and unethical actions. What a shame. This whole strike action is nothing but an MPP agenda, period. Amma Atta Adams. Also, his voice simple is something. Nah. Charles Romeo Abeku Brown. So I'm asking, what's the use of their salaries? Shaking my head. Amma Atta Adams again. ADAKABRI, you are so matured. The Almighty continue to bless you and enlarge your territories. Yamuake Emmanuel. Also, good afternoon, ADAKABRI. Please tell the NDC and their health minister to stop their babies with sharp teeth, to stop ranting on radio and TV, and to focus on how to solve the problem with nurses. Because some Ghanaians are dying. If the government can spend 250 million to provide parts for schoolgirls, then government should be ready to pay the nurses. Nurses demand and let Ghanaians have our peace. Wisdom, Gambo, Komla, Wafa. If all labor unions in Ghana come with this proposal, can the government sustain it? So, majority should stop justifying. Omo di animo no omo nyina ajeje omo di o eti nye nurse for pet de na majere omo ajeje omo de na omo aho na man so kakra ma omo de na kem. Good afternoon, Father Kabri and Majere. Government should talk to the nurses and midwives in sober now, okay? Government appointees take huge salaries, loading allowance, garden boy salary, cook salary, traveling allowances, full health care for government appointees, for children and spouse, fuel coupons, V8 and saloon car, housing allowance. Government appointees get all those. So why is the government lying to the nurses and midwives that way? Nurses and midwives, your services are very essential. Please, we beg you to calm down and think about the patients at the various hospitals and go back to work. Watching you live from Mönchengladbach in Germany. Dinah Allen. or say McJerry is talking sense, but you guys might say on behalf of the government so that nurses can have change of mind, then come back to work because people are dying. They must have patience because the government is just 6 months old, and it is a lot they are doing. And Dominic Danso, Marjorie is not being political today, and Marjorie is not political today. A political man, and I'll be drawn.
Marjorie.
And Marjorie. Daniel prefers for Nekasa.
Nah, yeah, Daniel prefers for yeah, we are. More because no, Daniel. When the bra, yeah, Daniel.
Why are there so what don't move?
I am more what don't you?
In fact, Unya if bedru Asarin Swan, so free Sefi Asafuna Kwasarin so. Just before Asarin so on your right, there's a huge warehouse. What don't more? And he's worth millions of dollars. What drop papa. Kwaraminta. There's a four-term MP.
Yes. Fourth term.
One man, your friend say, Minia Bay, Antimia Parliament to be Matakwe.
Great minister.
Yes, in fact, I don't say the woman say, Upa Parliamenta, Ushia Bibi. Now, because Uti be the say, Alaji Collins Dauda says, yes, on natural parliament.
I think
next time we focus so on a year forestry, some into a few baby year. Assassin, lands, or Bayer, or can say Ogoro, into Quabra Mintano, or no call health, no, was Sia, so until unim health one issues, no. So, I wouldn't say, no, actually, no, it's all to do with Sika, and Epinwana, Sa, debt to 1 GDP ratio, now, your person, money buff for mono. Every 105% above 55%, and not from sa. It will be tea and the baby brain naso. Now, would tea and the baby brain naso? Pekasade.
So, human relation, I think,
the last time I will share a year Casa or ne Quacho Fusu, a baby Jina Honum, Uti Quacho Fusu, a year the brevity of a summer no mocha, be straight to the point. And a Kwaramin Tabaye, straight to the point. And the deputy finance minister Nabaye, straight to the point. Untia Sienina Kwaye say, yes, the government is committed to resolve this issue. Gonya fe na ye negotiate agreement.
It has been done already.
It has been done already.
Yeah.
And at no point, and through a buying comments, no. What is it? Osi mi yi bibi afrimo. Obianka bibi afrimo. And in totality, no implementation, no. And I know Kasa was a finance, a year health minister, any recommendation, Emma finance minister, the finance minister at me issue warrant, no. Amma controller. Now on also at me acting a ho. And I just say yeah calculations, no. Yeah calculating to Uber. Only me can't know what one thing, but Uber komuno. Abraminta akwama wakado betimi aka bia and just amfa
so that means
ontimi ma bonti meka say amfa
but what I know so e boil it down to the honesty and communication and when the nursing union also ebe have because utie omo penny and dra I had a time to watch him asem ne say woman it as say they'll feature omo allowance in the coming budget. That's the issue.
The bane of the matter.
Because I can't say the best budget anymore. Now say I'm fancy, so you are not telling me the truth.
And I'm because I wouldn't the area say Kunyaya. I'm going to Yashon, but at the hearing at the table,
Mamika we cry. Well, vehicles and assets dealers union Ghana. Yeah, Vadak. And I was part of the delegation at Yokushia, Mami Elizabeth Ufuswejare. On one case the tones are different. Now, Becca, when we say, sir, automobile, your friend say, policy, a buy,
automobile development policy.
Development policy, no. Now, there are portions, they were not happy with it. Enti, answer na ebe to aba no mkushia, Dr. Baomia, umshia candidate, JDM, no money idea. Enti, JDM, man, show him, says, oh, ba. sa portion no won behwe because e be wan wa say obi ono no mom etim de car mo no abagana no wo so ontua 35%. The other car dada mom aba no no mom no ya yi no etua duty ni say de wo de car mo no mom e ba wo betu a penalty of 35%. Enti sa de no yeko honorable eye ofoso ajare ho no eno ka say JDM say ono mo nhia no more assurance say sa portions na wo mo nye happy no obe dealing with it. Enti yentwen na budget be capture minister me I was there me to go be but budget no by capture
at the hearing level no and I don't say obi e kind of bro phone call
good
ya fe na wo de anko
enti na de anko me normally be ho a na amemo enough from
because wo hwa party a wo kan no na afe na bia Auntie Elizabeth Waba or a lawyer by profession a bikura onim the letter and spirit of the entire you can't say oh no we turn cars no dealer no with the brand new car by 35%. Has to be registered. It is a woman obi be your car wa ha say na yentimi anye policy a
protect you
adwuma obi be kwa akoto car no ewa brochire na odiaba
but say na collapse the local
na collapse
but it should be graduated though say the year can so no and say already no the business internal say what that be said the year can no Ghanaian business person wo mo share adwuma na say nye ne it is a you really bibi say na good and you say yeah na kakakra na wo mo kra no so once yeah in faces no na ye ne manufacturers na wa ha no wo mo link up with the dealers na wo Ghana no
the franchise dealers na mo kra mo no mo hwa manka ye car no Ghana ha your ton car ko wa be
ton good
so no
sa pepe
CDs no akwasuru kura no e just all the CD kura ta we are better off
we are better off we are better off
e fe na me kwa ya me koyi miti na me shia nipa titru bi aya nyame be hira no na nipa titru no na otua me baba no kama me in CDs owi na oyi eye $300
no the man
no de che me
we say kan na ka dem
kan na
it's $500 bra $500 bra
gift tax
we as a gift tax
dollar no ma form no for be me 5,000
okay
once no say or mom is at 300 and then the usual 5,000
because we only 5,000
the winning
where they said number 3,000
it is 3,000
3,000 be when number 3,300 and
supposedly net dollar no I was slow na see the no form no come me 5,000 so come me 5,000 na dollar no hun sensem de ensem bi papa so no enti yanhwe na nurse
Jojo yes enti say enye kasantwie na nurse fo na nurse enye kasantwie nurse fo na wo motete akire no wo mtie de wo mpanyefo ka na wo munya ite say dia celebrity nurse wo munya de wo cheche no wo munya de wo cheche no kra na adwuma no wo ye adwuma ni ye yesro mo wo mpanyefo wo mtie de wo mpanyefo no beka na wo tie akire na de wo mpanyefo nkan ye no na wo tobo de ba ne sa na enye fe wo munya sa de no mtie de wo mpanyefo no ka
no ma so akodu stage bia ese ya na enye passion and nipa no bi so de co profession because here what there or passion no and here what there all dwene say me wie school ara menya adwuma ye
nti me famfa ho no so nti nipa sa no hia no sa na wahwe ne moyere na
but sometimes me when it comes to the issue of passion so I tend to disagree kakra because over say uye adwuma na wo say what the passion na yendi passion over a motivation what the passion ye adwuma now you are not being motivated at the end of the day no passion anka say betu ako
we are passionate in what you do
yes
I've always told I am ranty abeme Marjorie me can be chire no da me can be chire no ojo preko me can be chire no me say say adwuma ye so we wakuma mu say wo be so ye ne ye na at all times wobɛka nokore na woyɛ nipa wobɛtumi aka bibi na nyɛ accurate wobɛtumi afom na wobɛfom a na sɛsɛ yɛ anida ho sɛ mani da ho sɛ ade wei nyɛ so sɛ wodi nokore ma wo ho na onyame ɔhata soro no hu no a ɔwɔ kwan a ɔfa soɔ so wodi yɛdɛn
ɔde baby up na ma that is correct the outcome no we are doing
because nipa ya meka sɛ ɛnɛ ɔfa $300 de ma me in fact ɛne na inform enwom a na me bɔ ne ne sɛ ɔyɛ statement ba ko pɛ na kyerɛ me sɛ ei nyame ti ase nyame yɛ kɛse nyame ne hene sɛ ɔse sɛ asɛm ɔka kyerɛ me no ɛhyɛ me nkuran and the hunu ya ne sɛ be passionate in whatever you do
exactly
wɔka kyerɛ ma yɛ kasa yi ɛbɛma obi ahunu whether wodi akoma pa so no because I traveled through the night and I'm baby drew in fact I got to Accra around 3:30 a.m. na anadwo nyina no I've been pondering ɛdeɛ na wobɛka fa nurse fo asɛm no ho a ɛbɛyɛ asɛm a ɛbɛboa wɔ man na ɛnkɔyɛ asɛm a ɛsɛ wogina baabi na wopɛ eyeballs anaasɛ wopɛ reactions so no wetumi aka noma bebree wetumi aka noma bebree but eduru stage bi sɛ me se mani tua na me dura ba gina hɔ na wabu ahwe na taxi fares one ɔmfa no
no reason here there
so could do hospital hɔ no ma ɔne bɛyɛ responsible
okay last and then last now come
and na me ka one asɛm no in fact third one no na by force so wura so one fa na nkɔ a de ma anya adwuma ofie ha sɛ biem fa no ne yɛmfa no nkɔ na yɛ kokoduru ɛyɛ rich hospital ne yɛsɛ ɛkyɛ sɛ nurse na ɛbɛka no sɛ security for na kasa I'm sorry ɔmo nya adwuma mo mpɛ baabi foforɔ mfa no nkɔ na wobɛka sɛ security ni no ɛsɛ oni busuani bi ebetimi aba sɛ busuani ne na daka no mo no ɛno ane sɛ with a whim ɔmo nya adwuma mo mfa no nkɔ baabi foforɔ na one would have thought kwase bia ka betimi aka sɛ oh regional hospital rigid there you're just about 7 minutes away from 37 and not 10 minutes away from police hospital it be a montra sa facility no emi enhwe so na no answer ya pam no keke na mpa e de nipa na do police hospital no awu na wo hwe prosifo no de we omo no si je no na ye mo kire we kire ho no ma de no kokko hye ho no ma ubusa ho se me baba ko o nurse e 37 captain am your kumfi so ho no ababa wo fe ubusa ho se eye den wo ye nurse e 37 a ni orientation ko tanko ye nurse e wo Achimota hospital so a can orientation ko
so the security agencies no should discipline
even Christian health for no kura no Christian health for no kura no omo so no orientation no is to do with say what do we make of motivation Gonzo na me catch for it me catch crampa say omo kan kire me ba wa no say e bi fan say doctor bi kura ho ye na hi omo nyina hospital no no doctor we do ba o kire no hododo ube kom so no na nya asem bia o obi na ka so obi nko nurse no obi so nko doctor eso so uti wa ba mu say
by choice
sa adwene no wo enipa ne bitirim empanifo no so nya sa na omo odwene so enti yan mindset be passionate with what you do na nakwa bana poku otumfo poku areba na oye kokoso hene ye Mercury Radio Kumase na wo take am oba na wo tiem sa mekasa na oba pe straight away na abetena se na di enokwa nie mehu se adwuma na ye odedo adwuma na ye odedo amtena na dai itiu sa na mafamu ada etimi na oh na nyame background so oyi no ho ye ne yi a nyame wo kwan a ode beboa wo na se oyi soso na se aye bibi to se wo pe opportunity bi ama ya mema bibi soso a in the interim no nsabeka but long term no ya na nimu nyame no wo form
powerful would ye ka sem we be sinners for insensemi so a omon sensemi I don't really blame a single government Say aban and aban there be.
Over the years.
Who check the condition of service of nurses, of doctors, even man say military officers.
Baby cry aya one kind and say nurse ni yarea.
Yes,
on the health facility no. On one yes. The insurance ebe cover no. Say a cover drew baby. Yeah. The can say utuya.
But Mark Jerry, wouldn't say insurance, no, not any insurance.
Yeah.
Not insurance, not any
insurance.
And then no necessarily very. You be cover no.
Yes.
Na baby a national health insurance no. E duro bi en cover no na fe no. Government.
And one thing so say your man crofo so ti ase ni say omo request no enye omo nyina o. There was section bi a e wo from rural area. There was section bi a wo omo from
senior officers and principal nursing officers.
And see omo request no say uniform ni say no na omo nyina.
Yes, e capture omo nyina.
And say enye ni nyina na e
all ni say na enye omo nyina.
Enye omo nyina.
And senior officers.
Yen ya nti ase no.
Yes.
Na ya sensitive.
Yes.
Yen keke bi sa abasa.
Exactly.
Na yen so e pese yesua bibi no. Yensua bibi because you see ano. The idea say health ministry na ye employer no. Can't we explore ways of to be a ye trust hospitals? Maybe a category of hospitals be no. Omo nyina but together. Ni amo trust. Now they manage themselves and then do whatever. Assembly so there no betimi aye. Aka say be a certain hospitals ye na managing.
Omo no omo hwe so.
Now aka say Ministry of Health now here at present 128,000 nurses.
Yeah.
Now with the central government sika ebetuomuka. Eno na ya na obi ko ka say omo door so anom free say atem the deal. Mu door so in terms of say the financial implication no huge. Yeah. But when the load is shared now it becomes lighter. Ya chichire ne boa. Afobewunu say health trust one area bi no. Omo adwuma ye ebe swani in the Africa they may even attract the best. So no.
Well, for instance, sure going forward, no. If I say now your health facilities, no, almost 80 to 90% of them are buying hospitals.
We should move away.
So we should move away to
national trust hospitals na wo UK no. Be a drew so say yesua bibi.
Okay.
Efiri ho. Nurses kura bosumi aketua ne ade kura no. You better me explore ways of paying them hourly rates and
you see
so that you can particularize on na yensua bibia we can't go on like this because job for life na twam
no correct
say obi ti wonom do ni mu an say also can say yen can say muntu kwan na betimi in fact nkomo edi ye nyina no that is the strongest hint me nya ye say they may recall them. Because yen can't say muntu kwan.
So we bang baby.
Also bang because you bet me and kase mo muna juma.
Okay.
That gave me the hope to say.
It was a very profound.
But of Endra miti omu penny numpo ne kasa e mu no. O say omo enye omo de so omo tifi. Enye omo de so omo tifi.
But what if you can what it no?
Yes. Eti aban at least on chom say the goodwill. Because what mean kase me boycott ni nyina.
Debi.
Na me implement in 2026.
In totality.
Yes.
Me do before from be twere mo.
Exactly. Because recently, energy minister or the issue about doom. So I think there was an amount of money and now Biden was willing to give out to the energy ministry. COVID ebaye. Abino ant na say just COVID biba. It's my minion she be for COVID.
Unforeseen contingency.
Yes. So we should treat this one as such because of amino cases is no. The most dangerous thing right now is to fall sick. The most dangerous thing right now is to fall sick. Bompire said this period no. She ento
name yes she Christian health facilities no.
So of any obi anim Christian health facilities we. The obi anim say me yare makọ polyclinic bi ebe me. Makọ aban we because no plan na price no. E wo fom. Any obi na bet me afford the private hospital. Any Christian health for no.
Can the bibi aba me enwene ho. O say you are not making any sense here. Does the bills not being paid into government of Ghana accounts? Be a can do until the na ye can as and I did not me propose nas. Oh, a boom kese ba kono and then the man obi kaka sebi say nurse for dorso, teacher for dorso. But when the load is shared now, it becomes lighter.
Yeah.
Into be the says UK at present. enye Ministry of Health be na manage hospitals omo trust I manage certain category of hospitals and na ebi aye de ben etimi a specialize in certain areas into obi say sa area we omo patient be a or require specialist treatment be a neni omo a omo de ne be call another trust and the top because near the host a helicopter crab for obi every London akọ York ebi a ho na ebetimi anya say na ye kan nyina bomu no eno na ne management no eyedin enti me say ke ye betimi a explore I didn't say say me anya bibi nemo ya hwehwe any other going forward no ye betimi assegregate sa
because they are working one more doors and so one nsunyen
yes
go to help one more doors go to certain health facilities nurses in digo nurses no madwuma omo ye nyina boba pezehwe akyerɛkyerɛfo yi ofa ye wo schools bi obedru me one say me to kwan koduru ba bi na school pa a whole JHS na headmaster ni 2 teachers and ewo JHS me na me ka kyerɛ wo it is how ka say we say one more doors in terms you be can say relatively but one more doors so still one more so yeah it is say the work no yenya way ye betimi dey accommodate ya manage one more sika sem no na aboa because one more doors na ye ka so more doors no so ye ba bia so
2 years ago no so na statistically every 51 seconds na ye wo akola ba ko Ghana every 51 seconds ye wo akola ba ko Ghana na health facilities no they do yes saying
a bit to accommodate
into chips compound na ka omode ba no chips compound no put me nya nurse fo bi etetete wono mo a eboa na je say you closer to the citizen into obi share tokure bi mu ba bi agra bi shed na by the time obi free shed honom oko shed wono mo agra bi aba be dru go so wono e hon sase ni bi kura no e follow under a Sutifi North a Kenya ase so it is Sutifi North for Kenya ase no na so wo aye agrafi wa obeba betwam e wo asunafo North go so na wako na so wo aye agrafi wa obeba betwam e wo asunafo North go so Sutifi South
very long journey.
It is a long journey. Will be what agravi ho.
Very long.
Gambia number 1, Gambia number 2. Now or honor or problem not so corner district hospital. Obe free a year agravi ho. Onkunoma edi aba Gambia number 1. Abefa bedi akon. Abefa emem. Abefa go so. Atwemu akohidiem na wasan fa ne nifa so ne bonkum so di aba Kenya ase. Hwe distance no. Also what regional hospital district hospital ba kokra and now regional hospital e wo go so. But so see technically or call no district hospital a ojimi nko go so. Just obesene e de ko hwe ba bia asase ne da. Hwe ba bia long stretch. Enti sa chips compound no eboa.
Yes, no correct. So as for basic healthcare.
A basic. So because makodru wo kwasi ada awia ma wo waka pa maami bi ma naka nuru wo memi duru wo no na wo aha chetrafenia wanya wu awie ne de na de yentwe na abobo ye be ba fa no e de nako asa me duru wo na nkonya nwudi anka me no metimi ama no so me ma no so technically the district hospital near Kenya ase so no so I would have come through mem goso hwidiem asana nka mako Kenya ase enti your health sector ho no I see a holistic approach. So no.
Aside almost salary,
some no. Even fidie krom de ye
yes.
You got chips compound. I will agree with you. As so, esiwuram.
But I say I para kra na bi ni ho.
Aha. Tell obi near me at the time I make one and name me da je ko watch it. So no. Now shebe bia Ghana fo bi tete. Shebe bia Ghana fo bi tete. Obi ete friend saying buadu krom. Buadu krom no either so be fa wura mu 30 minutes no ba be si your friend saying buakon quarters so no the bia ye do na ba buakon bi onya hospital na say otana moto so a afa no ba be fa wo su krom and onwe ntonso e de aba manhia e de aba sankore no otimi de aba district hospital bi no enti ba bia facilities no wo no ya na emu odene kakra
and also your challenge
no enti gisi ye nyina ye to ye boase na ye emotions free ho na ye ho ano you cut it back on wastages. There's a lot of wastages
in the system. Well, for instance, when this government buy, omuka say come back say wastages in the system. But Oshe budget no cry more buy no cry. There is no cut of wastage. Because the last budget was 72 million thereabout. Sorry, billion Ghana cedis last year. But this year I think it is 81 billion Ghana cedis or more budget to.
Is it DSTV in the HM?
But if I make the budget say if effort the DSTV no cry fall under budget in the year, that means they've already made arrangement for that. Because if budget now muka se mobile be lean government. So lean government, ebe making sure say ebe reflecting the budget. But the budget is more than that of last year. There, Ghana for be busa say cutting of wastage, ewa hinfa. But for nurses for issue, so baby I was say ye shepa a me buy now only me offer Marjorie eka ho asem no. It's about the approach at the health ministry, so I have it with the nurses. Maybe say I saw a new site. I don't know whether it is true. The health minister says omo we na omo si omo hia no ye mo omo a another agency so ka say or call strike dey na be ya mo
bibi say ntimi mako we say in the health space no obi ajejeje ne dey na doctors say
dey be onu pa say any menya about the health sector po yema ne say so chine bi say teacher for so ka say omo call strike dey na be ya mo
and say so otimi ka say because agreement no has already been reached.
Exactly.
And they are saying.
And over say, that means say, you are making arrangements for a sect of people. Once a year agreements, no year before we redo budget. Wait me a factor our budget.
BB a course. Name say police hierarchy no.
Yes.
A share sadi na say. That's what my auntie be brave. Asem we that way. Health ministry osenka omunya omu negotiators any omu communicators
okay yes
enye obia keke no yija no
yes
ema ne ka saase mo say very sensitive
our minister no po na o ka
on say police eduru baabi
yeah
ema dan pare pen so
ya
ka say ma obia ankasa
yes na ka should only come from the national
because bibi be si district officer be it may not be that accurate. And so the basis I'm will be attacking the whole institution.
Okay.
As some there are others in the health space. A year cramper akana ya. Omunyina an agreement or yasensa will be renew every 2 years.
Yes, all that.
Yes. Now be no. When would the internally no manso be back
and the buyer
some manso ne buyer no
and a chain
akin to Saturday no one education minister papa also ankama so be kaya October bi or G teacher for pay na ye nagrative for ne native one tokwa bi emma nagrative for echo strike bi pamia lovinum emma papa also ankama edi wo mu pay ni nyina bra ya ko wie say nat ekuta collective bargaining certificate ompene emma we emeka ho bi the same way GPRT yukuta recognition no a ompene ma pro to ama ompene ma progressive for ama ompene ma concern for ama eno ne ma GPRT yukotena ase ko agree bibi with transport ministry abra na others no anti hobby. It is sad we say no na any problems near the ever. And because you should another approach. Because the nation cannot afford say wranglings in the sector can result in the loss of a single person.
Okay. Wafa. And now one thing so about say ma aban for so tiase ne say moma yi NDC ni MPP approach na as some of NDC for a person omo ye den omo dey share this whole thing ni mu because who share post of MDC for mpeniphobia, it seems that they are making the whole issue MPP NDC issue,
which is wrong.
When your MPP ni NDC asem, mama yen film na to me when I saw the Yera, I think he's the chairman of or the ranking on the health committee in Parliament. Yera, the approacher and draw or they making a press conference. Many je ho pa. Or ye no say kind of enum. Utwa ha no wetwa ha. O ma nurse for ne tiase say no crap. Listen, nipa ba ko hwe ne nkwa. Eye bibi. Ko say nipa ko no nsi maybe on nekọ. Ekọ pa aduane de befie. Okwe. De na befie. What would the life of Ninkwala ebeye, Neyere ebeye, the breadwinner of the family? Maybe a nipa krona okwe. Ebusu ni nyina si ne kon ho.
Because ya na obi ko ba bi no ba. Ye nkohwe de koso omu fie. Ha we bi ankola bi betumrika beye na wa tu.
Ofa won, no credit.
It is nipa krona wa mabie mu a.
Ofa.
Ankola na wo fie wona wo mo twen so de bo fruit bi ba no. E de na be ka chesa ankola no.
Eti na ye before ye appeal to nurses for and teachers for and say listen muntie the health ministry no eka but ye can is an offer ye person health ministry is for also tia say you can't tell the nurses and nurses for and say me ni hwe ma mu se sia na ye fan next year offer e ba ne sa so a I say it's a blow on the face offer. Because in somewhere wo ka kire omo bosha wo share omo na ena obekasa asem ya kire omo wo fa eya pa it as we are looking at the human aspect of the whole issue no so yes yen hwe omo so asetinem and rather me find out say the lowest person or health as a nurse will take around 2,000 Ghana cedis. The highest rank it take around 6,000 Ghana cedi a month offer. A nurse take 6,000 Ghana cedi. But look at other professions. Even let's take some in government institutions, some directors, some managers of some institutions. Even not even them cry on juma ewa buying juma kuma a bit more than that 6,000 Ghana cedis. The highest nurse no eteki.
Na sankrofo na o sua de no I mean you're training in the name of the country no na your man allowance
what enti what find if in this case allowance ya there o institute ato ama ekuo ni dada
reason be allowance
if major allowance
teachers and nurses
yes to encourage them to go to the institutions because now crofon po show interest
time yenya independence na you need enough teachers.
Exactly. And people
you need enough nurses.
What final correct?
So there was a motivation to encourage people
to go there
so that the African could manage himself.
No correct.
And the man echo.
And and I encouraging for say
obi akon Krofo University bi. Akwakoye agric science.
Yes.
Okokoye agric science no. Ya mano bibia. Ya mano yentwetwa bibia amfa no. Na owie yeso so obey adwuma yi.
Yeah.
Say man say kura na 5,000 bi na bi awoje.
No correct.
But you could have a nurse or no your man training allowance. So no.
No correct.
You could have a teacher a man training allowance.
No correct.
Oba I was see a man bibia a year realistic and nanka cost of living allowance be na ultimately ehwe how far.
Well, for only the reason why you induce you with that allowance because said the title they want say essential service workers. Omo dwumadie hu hia pa. And if a nation o like asrafo, o like apostfo, o like teachers. As I like nurses would the
Principal strike that.
They for me patch say.
Me who be that service o ma ko bi da.
Over me who da.
And your friend soldier
for mon quarter. What about me make us say
mo yetimi manage wo mo.
Exactly. It for say
ye interview ba komra.
Okay.
Na Yadom Boache. A labor expert. Na ye in negotiation. You say negotiate with good faith. What does it entail? So, and when there's a deadlocker, how to break it? Na yenhwe ye ho asetna. Yadom Boache ye mo ha. Nyame adom ye ho ye na so e. In the labor front, negotiating with good faith, the letter and spirit of it,
yɛba labor side there negotiation no from day one to the end. Adwuma yɛyɛ ne nyinaa hinges on negotiations and discussions. That the idea is saying negotiate in good faith, and they say, asem na ye kano, enye baako for there. Your friend, a stakeholder group, stakeholders, no, adwuma ra oka ho, ya fa na adwuma mu a, oye adwuma no, oka ho, union form adwuma for omo representative of union. And our leadership no so come on. Enti ne yɛhwehwɛ ne sɛ memfa bibia nsuma me. Bibia ɛfa negotiation ho no de fa di fato adi. Fato ho ne nyinaa yɛmbobo ho. Memfa nhyɛ otopom. Na mu eduru baabi a no wayi ate sese ene tie. Enti so we negotiate in good faith a. Ne wo mu ne sɛ yɛ wo gidie sɛ asema one make no no create through in an honest belief. I mean so anu yi am dey ma no so no create through in an honest belief.
Enti holders of collective bargaining agreement in this instance Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwife Association. Almost timing the government of Ghana through the Ministry of Health and Fair Wages. Atime Arichi agreement. Fair wages assigned. Ministry of Health assigned on the one part. And nurses also assigned on the other part. Now, implementation could not be effected on the basis say a splinter group within the nursing group. It means a restraining the employer. Say, ma untuya bibia kusi say, yebeshe asamanaka. Such that said group no only input were not tabled when negotiations were ongoing. The other group no also account as a yani kuta CBA no until you could not be included on the question of say or input has been classified. Enti yetratna ho no afi enti ase be ye adwuma between the two competing nursing groups no. And asem no yeyi ede afri ho. Now implementation ananka was say July 2024 no. Implementation no becomes an issue from January. Now health minister they allege misled them into thinking say the monetary terms no be budget no. And they omako strike ehunu say yam fan budget no. And they are not do anything for now. Could anybody still use negotiating with good faith to accuse the minister Nana?
And ADAKABRI ni di kind in say, on my when you the labor issue, yeah, bro. Na no kure wom media mimi say public sector institutions negotiation lies in the bosom of Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. Omo champion all negotiations relating to institutions that funding from the consolidated fund. Eti media nyemen tiase say as a minister ne ko kase fan share budget and answer the best budget. It should have been the job of Fair Wages. Eti what has gone wrong? The Bibian Kocho there, and as a Fair Wages veteran, at the Kuntia negotiated item, nurses, midwives, any employer negotiation. Anko, we identity in a matter, I negotiate and sana, ya budget because you negotiation now. Yeah, the command finance na finance for no. At the enter after no sign who Fair Wages was sign with the ministry assign in there Ghana Registered and Nurses and Midwives assign with you know. You take over and then you handle it in the way a bemao delivery. And a quite person now be found there what they call Ministry of Finance. Now finance are implemented. And he said, I'm bad as idea. Now fair wages are new when you may. And you know, maybe near me can you now? And they say, omo, consider into the budget or not, no. And you're too late. It's better late than never. I buy every nurses, no. On your own transit. Develop a new roadmap relating to the implementation of the negotiated items. Now, only home come up. Transit. Na se ne wuka ye nyina ye de no kre ebeka asem ne dia. Endi 1 week gra this matter could be resolved.
And when we saw the government spokesperson flanked by the Minister for Health and the Deputy Minister for Finance purporting to be leading the discussions out there to the Ghanaian public, you are suggesting say somewhat inaccurate.
Exactly so. It should be in the bosom of Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, unless they are saying that they are not capable of, respecting their mandate and honoring the mandate for which they were established.
Now, see, negotiation area. Now, in this instance, I war negotiated agreement, now drew implementation. So, at the implementation level, fair wages they will see saying.
At the implementation level, fair wages they can we wajuma now what the finance now we monitor every ho now ka basically where we wajuma. So now ni woman say one was we I abaya them. Just the MPP for abay in a year negotiation. And NDC for ABA and on mobile implementing. I think the Fair Wages Director and negotiations and collective bargaining. On my Germany, Tom Bediatric and making sure say BBA Pepe. But we not challenge Abamuno there. As I said, Omo Fair Wages for no, almost also Abamade who said, we any political issue, bread and butter issue. Now, Mufa Kwabisu, minister, the free Namuyama. Because Ojama politicians, there, and their statements are yet to see and one ever. But it is expected that Fair Wages has the requisite competence to handle issues relating to collective bargaining. They should handle it.
Na Sanshe we no, and one they go into the future, and now we could develop an alternative to resolving such issues.
Oh, media me feel say politicians in the best here. Nanka technocrats now here on Juma dia. Nka there will be no problem. Mekai say in 2009, Emra Professor Mills time, they negotiated on the single spine for the first time, no? Yes, President Mills and he said he will put together a team to support Fair Wages to negotiate. He put together a team of very competent negotiators. And I'm supporting Fair Wages. Emma Fair Wages here negotiations. Though the minister sets in, no, the real act of negotiation was conducted by the team and Fair Wages.
Anyway, let's cross our fingers. So, there's been a proposal we are told today, and there's a counter proposal being sent in. Let's see whether we can meet at the middle grounds.
Yeah.
But still talking about good faith point here. Can one be on strike whilst appearing to be negotiating on good faith?
Technically, no. technically no. But when the situation now, you won't say, the entire Emma institutions in holding economical strike, even when they are on the table, no, is because in most cases, when the government has to respect the ruling of a labor commission, they don't respect the ruling. Until they pave way for the unions to also do same. But under normal circumstances, there, in case it's a banner.
The negotiating was on strike.
Yeah.
You. Yeah, don't watch it. Yeah, there was it. Right, Manuel.
Offensi, Diana Mekano, of I may say, this whole negotiation issue, no, I was say I buy no more can say, oh, me mamo share cry na mon train Yankopon Yaduma next year. Of our yenesa as a windy no cray and shromo. So at least Omumbe share at a point. Because Nipan Kwahu here, of a Nipan Kwahu here, and almost or more drain or more condition of service. Your nurses or maybe a Jumo Moka Cotinefia, the Omube Dimpo or Munya. So they're also thinking about their future. Or more drain and air drain or China. And at least a bino on this as an emergency issue, as an issue of contingency. Now, in any way or means, Omube aveli resource beer a bit media boy at least. Now the deputy minister of finance, no can say omudima nini na ebekwa around 2 billion Ghana cedis. Of at least let's go around the clock. Yeah, she say basically 1 billion crown po. Na yenya and use as a contingency. Yeah, who say it's an emergency. Let's just see say as a certain COVID be and na AC at this moment. And you making some monies available. Now for this year, no, you say because of Andra Mitie or penny for no, almost say the focus class is here no, enye sikanina. Even though there is arrears from June, say July, you be see ne. Unzanka was said the new agreement, no, was started last year July. Almost say they are not focusing on the arrears. Oh dear, say see ya, ye unsani ebe no. Say mo de bema from now. Nas arrears no ye hu senia ye be cutting across the coming month. They are okay with it.
Ma yanko parliament na yene nemusini Emmanuel Akoli enko twinkomo nra ye hunu somewhat chaotic scenes be abra the speaker directed the marshals to pull a honorable member of parliament for Afijase from the chamber. Na DNC yen konkotie. Imaya mwaha.
Yeah, nia.
Now what you saying?
Me hu ye.
Right. Na nura dia na call so speaker ahiafo requested the marshals to take out your friend saying honorable member for Afijase Asokore from the chamber.
Yo, enra honorable Dr. Nana Ayiwe Free oye Afijase Asokore MP or science ye minority for ranking member efa apumudin sam health enra ombetina se a omuye wejuma eben emra ibianka omobepon no ena minority penny honorable Afinyo signal honorable Ahia for say minority ni baako ebeye agent statement na a joint statement na honorable Efi any honorable Jeriame no omo pese omo di nsem bitudwa efa nurses omo post strike na ho inti samre no na honorable Bernard Ahiafo ye phase 50 speaker no ti akodwe mu na phase 50 speaker no etri mu say statement na minority MPs no say omo ye enye statement abedi ne nsem a wa admit
MP the statement almost the statements almost kind the command speaker not speaker film na we yes asema statement na yetime bukata aso no efa ho na wagye ato na afide wa mokwan say MP no statement ni say honorable Bernard Ahianfo e kan say tapu media no statement na honorable Dr. Ayu Ekuye person ye no e ma nenim senior market mu no nti o admit ye nti wa ma no kwan say onye statement no and so no honorable Ekuye e bo modern say apart from if those speaker take mu sa no na o for so say or that kind statement no nti e ko ba no sa no honorable Ahianfo e frame marshal onko Dr. Friye maintain na onko twinum fi chamber ho nti minority for ni bia omo ye backbenchers no omo hu sa say marshal no e ba no omo emuvu ba yinim I say omo be shelde omo nua Dr. Friye so omo bi twa ne ho hia se ne be ya marshal no ntumi entwe no nko marshal no so ben ho no ene e koye didi minority for na womo wo ho no eye didi sa ante ena honorable Bernard Ahianfo hu se seni adam ho aye didi na eyi no o sorry ya o agene system womo ekoye answer na obe frame be say 5 minutes ni no and then on veteran say no right honorable Abandbagi no yes speaker of parliament on one kasa and on veteran say omo be share igbede na se bon paye na asem o de sha se ye asem o wa frame ya ubisa me no the CN no and a speaker e kan say no BBC na efa Dr. Free statement na o say oye no speaker tire mu say speaker e ko share parliament woman standing orders no rules e kasafa statement and or trim so over yes statement the dika the bekwa command speaker be film speaker be admit na see the dana of so ye no speaker be ma ofan say afi the ye statement no and no cry no trim say oh yes statement and say statement no bro 2 minutes into what kan na 2 minutes no do emrana nkasa mu no yetumi utuya e wo say udai na o submit statement na omo de call hazard mo be had the omo relaxing rules no ma MPD cry your statement it will taking about 10 minutes sika checheli nyina mu wie no e na o kan say the CN no ntweyi na nso no on repair asem no emma committee bia na answer na enomba betana senombo no ono ne leadership atana se aka the CN no ho asem Emma omo aja tumse omo be hwema bibisa interview into speaker the kutu edema mrasuri for no say both sides say omo hwe no mundi emra na so na say the speakership no womo fa respect emma speakership no nti wiye no na oma ma minority leader honorable Filion Markin fine say opeso ye comment wo nsema onu speaker aka na obetumi aka na honorable Filion Markin sorry ya ono so eken bi say omo ase speaker boy emra omo ni speaker ye meeting ene no say omo ma bibisa interview ombehwe ama chamber ni mo no ye de ombedi mraso na proceedings etumi akoso se na wo say ekoso edu ho no na wo de aframe ya mepie fi dem ho a me no wo ka say yi no mete de ekoso wo chamber no television bi e wa ha e ma mete honorable Mahama Yariga majority leader no ono so edu ne so a ono so oye ne comment efa the speaker di tu ja ne ho no nti ubi sa me a de ekosi ye no no
ne nyinaa mu sɛ wobɛkɔ akotie na deɛ ɔmo yɛ nyinaa no ɛboa amia resolve the recent on pass sɛ nurses akɔ strike ya na
their view it's on say Dr. Free statement no na fa nurses strike no ho na ɔne yɛ nsɛmhwɛfo edi kan akasa ɛyɛ nora no ansa na ɔmo bɛba chamber ni mu no nti no say ne buta nti anko de be statement no ye de say oni nsɛmtwerɛfo akasa de minority for nsɛmtwerɛfo akasa e fa net strike no enso na ehu be hia say odi asɛm na nkasa nso beba chamber ni mu na wa be review waka ho asɛm sene be ya ebekɔ Hansard ni mu na ye record na things officially no akwa say wa draw parliament attention efa net strike no ena eye speaker no honorable Bernard Ahiapo ama no fine no nti eno ade si ye de chi no omopon ye no on sign be share yen nsɛmtwerɛfo for the second time Emma o church said the see or demon no ehuntu na we be say the omo ye nyina no e be resolve next problems na eno na Emma be no
yeah na ja politicians here we won't be can kase because you see ade mu ya achese ye mu ya it is musan de ko na bibia ho amanso bibia ho amanso a na akwakwa bibia ho ya nhwe se de besi akwai yo enti that's right enti Manuel no
unim say nkrofo NDC for bebre mpenifo bebre and make this whole issue very, very difficult. Ofa, adi ama chance on CCI one MP Haruna Mohammed MP Sunafo North. Now ofa, asamo can you see Ghana registered nurses and midwives association should exercise patience. Why didn't they act this way under the previous government? Ofa, wanga sa onim under the previous government onim aseme see even as of 2020 3 months to election, omo call strike. So what they are doing and your politics and what they are no more ye for omankasa omo ye can say the betterness of omo profession omo condition of service and omo pray and yes NDC for especially in Penifo no yera kwabna mintan kandom minister of health any all MPs of the NDC all you can say in Penifo more NDC mu say yes remo mokasa emboa the conversation I have is here mokasa mode like the way posture mode dealing with this whole issue no offer emboa change your posture any previous government didn't see here and enu here people are losing their lives
mame break akra bi na nesareswa ana awaka baba we yuso nti yenti nesareswa say obekọ adwuma na ase wonko adwuma yenti
strike ha it's mo strike nti anya dai you say saba say one ka as you say ya kwa strike na say Yes, I work putana. At me I'm dying. Yes, that's what it is. Mommy, I work with my control. And that's when I strike. Ha! It's a more strike in Tiana Day. I'm a man banana quo. You go strike back. Yes, I bet you know war. To John or Nessa. She says, I bet so one cake. As you say, you go strike. Yes, I work putana. At me I'm dying. Yes, that's what it is. Mommy, I work with my control. And that's when I strike. Ha! It's a more strike in Tiana Day. I'm a man banana quo. You go strike back. Yes, I bet you know war.
Manuel,
yeah, they are very creative, very good content.
But I see a one in Chinko.
And Chinko na so moba na
I would meet I wish you
offer wait you ever say we cry is where the reality ground where even though more their content that's a reality on the grounds. Offer more their content but that's a reality on the grounds. Oko anope mi hu video be a free kolebu maternity ward okwa ho nyina aye empty and by all means and then crowd was crowd for person you can say every 50 ahen
51 seconds.
51 seconds bia yawo akwala baako. And I will share Kolebu so Adani Tertiary Hospital. Nkrofo ta akọ pa. Enti ya me share me hu the statistics mo de. But me gidi say ehọ na nkrofo ebe wo pa Adani Tertiary Hospital a ebe the center of the city no. If ehọ aye empty so na ye dwen say ehimfa na ye wo nkwala no. In what condition any ye wo nkwala no? Ya dwen sa de we nyina na. Media de sre de na me de bema aban se mpempen so ayedui omu enhu nurse for nsemi to be a pandemic. To say senia COVID-19 be than a pandemic no. Omu no as a pandemic. Na any emergency way be avenue be use bia edia pesika to resolve these particular issues no ofa. Omu hwe no omunye. Se dem di kan no. Maybe enye ni nyina, enye sa 2 billion ni nyina na mpo na mobenya. Offer 900 million, 1 billion. Mutimi make any allocation for them. No mu said asama ye de aba manimi. Mo show goodwill offer ebeboa ye nyina, ebeboa yet memufo no, ebeboa anesefo no, offer ebeboa aban na nkasa so because ade ekoso nyina dent the reputation of the government. With the lies of Bosha almost share anesefo, make I say one of the campaign on the campaign trail. Yera John Dramani Mahama, Emma Ness 40 as say he knows their plight. He knows the difficulties that they are going through. Nasa oba resolving nyina. Asama Yera John Dramani Mahama eka ye no. But sa okasa say me not 6 months down the line. I said dia oka nyina oka say the dada omo a offer is very very painful. It's very 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 painful. Enti aba yesrew do your part. Yesaso dia desrede e demand nurses and the doctors already over said me di kan no meti omum panifo no omo say they are open for negotiation. Say at least do a portion of asema mo aka say mo beye no munye bi because you can't brush everything off. Neka chair say you implement it in 2026. Eba ne sana woni omo endi ni ye looking at can say precedent, looking at in some more keka kire omo moka se mo be feature it in the budget ye hui afi so mo abeka che se mo de o se mo de beba to e ba ne sana wofa wetwa montro to some extent.
Give me a phone line kakra
wofa come wrap it up.
Okay,
now me say e ba ne sa wa hate you and then also the middle way wofa before be phone lines and say the way a buying nkro for e kasa no enye they should know how to talk to the nurses and midwives and the minister in charge of health. So ne kasayemu enye yesra no on taking a new posture. The way on you on back kasa they will come back and make sure we're making some things available for them but not say empty na yenche next year. It won't be fair.
Right. You me full line kakra na komo ayedi na wie efa nurses foi DNT na one eco strike na mo be na yetu omubitimi asan be ye adwuma na ahokyira omanma ekomu no yetimi eye free ho 0302 257902 0302 257902 and 0302 243540 0302 243540. Auntie, good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
I want to say
What the under my offer?
you as of mammy me into way.
You offer. They say the baby I remember in our one. Your best way to for only nurses no more. Now, baby, I am feeling me dinner with your begging to you. Say, no, me, I'm quite some conditions and I want to say now. Yes, and then a private hospital. I don't know. It's a best place. The government can carry my phone over my can banner. Now, we do private hospital. I can fast on my own money. Oh, because of the hour. It's a best minister. I don't know millions to say, because I don't know about the issue. Into one person, possibly can't roam. No one can come back to office. No money. The person be free a crack. Offer, me change on board when they
Yo, 0302 243540. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Wafa.
Yo. Abolonia na.
Mpacho Razak Fosu.
Razak Mintiwe.
Wafa Mpacho Bibia Bokodi.
Nyame adme hoye.
Fina mafio pa. Wafa Mpacho ye Ghana lesson. Se ye bibi se ebia military, soldiers, any ye police, any ye security, some call demonstration anangboa. Na ye di wo mo sha mo afia enye yi. We dem Mpacho mi adwena menche enye yi. Na se demonstration is a musika ni nyamonyama na nka bandi omusha omafie amusu se na amoyema ban police ni soldiers ni nyama na yema wonsa doctors na electricity ni sa ye kofu bi omujan ye important nyama na wanu yem law bi ma won so na se sa demonstration is a kan na na etutwa wo mai we ofa aka ni mo beboa o anamboa
Yede wase pa.
Omo ye lobby na omo fa the lobby ta omochi. Say the doctor no kwen so be call demonstration. We first electricity is important. Nyama e important wo my we no. No kwen so be call demonstration. We was sure that can be boa.
Yede wase. 0302 243540. Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Pacha Frosting.
But I phone and Mikatan.
Efu Mintio.
Mamudu, Yadawas, Maminchia, Rajon Body, and wow, border, Chama Buti, Tiano Papa, my man, happy Father's Day. Ofa, on my night, national. I buy any word for Tanasia, Ofa, Ofa, a Cabian Trans, Ofa, it can't be out there. Who call America to here? America, we are seeing no Mutikapa. So, na abana na di say taka we eternity fee abana da no why na di say the when so tama and by 2016 no mu kono so mu ti captain and a captain man na ye be tu ban of at the end and this is focus strike and this phone ye ma di omu kikai won say area so one wo si bia mo kwaku a na be bu bo wu kasa be bia bu bo kwaku na bo wu kasa enne ise se be nya se papa katro mu o ma di say e kanu fi abanda da no se na o so mu kosa mo afi kware wo be kwa mu ko ye ko fa next a mo trans wo fi aba ene wow ena ye abanda kura mpa mu wow e kasa se eboa because wo for be o ko retirement na ko fa ni ba o no so be tia mi ka o obi a ko retirement ko fa ni ba o no so be tia ni ka nti ye kan say ye be sire next no ye de ye patch o say ya ba bi a no mo se no mo ka yemo no kasa na ndisi ko kan mu die o se bi no kasa mo ka de ye time kra ye time so mbe kasa sa o ba no nyame nyadwa nta
0302 243540. Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Pacha Frosting.
Pacha from Godfrey.
Godfrey Mintiwe.
Baba Pacha mpese me bisa say the conditions of service Pacha eno na ne bien. We wonder room because yeah more private sector bisa say muna
O dem say enchise ya e bata wadwuma a wo ye no ho aya akoniasa nyina no ye beba wakwan mu no enchise ya ye de ato won ma ye de besia no
nti mpacho the bottom so amete market ya conditions of service in Africa one
conditions of service unya ntiase de a de jisa me jibre na me de wako school na ma kire why
and ofa mpacho we de wada roma me wo asem kakanga mpesa
what the point is what the condition of service na say
I was there the Matthias but the friend is here me what to kakanga and then five and necessary
abrenu swa me ntie wo
okay but since here events special depository institutions here or more Ghana advance savings and loan events here we Mr. Bank of Ghana omonjo no munye bibi mfam because we do sika for 2 man na events here okona wo bodia ye ko obekwa na ya ga cho sika ni ho ali sika banzana na ya issue for another one of the savings and loan
and next time yeah bomodin na ko credible institution ever sika kotono. Why? Finally, Manuel.
Over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, last person. Good afternoon.
Hey, Ofa. Oh, Ofa, one mama come at here and send a whole family.
Bintiwe.
Anyway, no need to pachi. Ashima soba kamable. Me pacho masumo do me kwa binya type on an ibutu. Wena me kokana nyami nyamadi na majeri ni me kon. Mo radio no. The BBC channel a channel say wa bruchiri. Mo radio we pet. Ena de owo bibi kan. De woni bibi kan. De won team program kwano. O pese ofre. Nti yeni ye wa asem kan ye bre papa. Ei. Ofa mama na wase. Ofa. Ni meeting sin biaka. Na de make a next for ni so. Se bo dun etumregu a die. Ena ye bo din semran so die. Ofa he. Enkade na aba. Se yesi aban ye ntoaso a won. Eno nkyere se aban sesa. Na se me ko office bi. Na aban bi eja ne na office wa. Me ko to asinja me na office wo. If you say nyansa ni ba dini ba die ni se ejanan anase ye nipa asetene mu no ye nya niam hunu bi sa. So what you say? Nti ba ne senye bibia ye no aban but ye nipa na ye aban and ya di democracy atumi no eye manukuo ana ba be ye aban. Nti saban bi ni wa ye hihye na won kasa mu hu bi a mo friend say okam hu na ode mo court enuti ya nyemo nsemu antum na ban sesai bosumi nsia mo se enuti so anya antum a ye nya dwuma biom tigana fo wu a the say osuru wudu a asase su wudu okokusu oya first obofosu ediemu mo kwaku na so na anwo wono akasa menini tintin bi aka ofa asema ye ka eni brisamo meni wan po na makase net for mo for masem frio e na se ni sei but yakoya nipa dasani ofa ntuti we ofa dakabri uti we nti odasani bia wajuma we ye odasani bia nya ubone mane nkawa komada e me bi kronya nka be kantam se nka woni odasani awie but ye nipa nti ni ye wo nka ye ni ye wo akoma eto ye munti no na odi ache ni o kika ye enya nsema mo kika no with your radio na china mesre ofre papa no uboni di unim no pa cheme uboni di okasa na mesre kakra si ye betima tna wiase aye say mi bi yetaw aban we pa on cha nursing training allowance ni if you say aban the nursing training allowance e dia ma we school awoko aye kama na uria wo dia ho ma be sai aban ko say oya bema huri free akonya isu so wu a
okay final Manuel
ofa de midi be wie ne say na menua yi frɛ kai somewhere was here ma nkrofo say the whole thing as here ne say aban yi ba ye obehu ade wo ho e na show mo bo say they will feature it in the budget enti enye say omo the Nurse Union for ambushi aban no there bi omo ni aban be negotiation this current government the minister I assure almost said they will feature it in the budget. But bim and ama akodum pempensu media na ya disrede me de bema nurses for ne say sebi nkofo hwe omokra so they should find a way to make sure say omatimi settle issue no makọ back to all the health facilities aban so ye de adisrede so en de man say mo nka say oni hwe a ode bema mo sesi a at least you find a particular contingency fund. You find any means necessary. This is the government. You find any means necessary. If our reserves simple, and I was here and sako boom, ebe boa na nurse for omumba baka wafa yenye because se enipa etiasia se nipa ne betimi ayedwuma ama yenya more of the reserve yedi and sako boom. Isn't another down kakufa do eka asembi or say we know how to bring back the economy. What we do not know is to bring back life. So we should see life say a idea so even if we should collapse the economy to make sure say we protect and preserve lives our fa yenye na emboa Ghana for me da say
yo Manuel Dako of the New Patriotic Party na otene no na me man tijumadi na de bro e from ADAKABRI Mahmudu Usiuma anyi ni kwadwo da me ado na de me si abonten Majero Sajiman ebo ne chidom na he makwe friye enso ebo chidom ana ye nyina ye sori so no eye Ulakoku Michael Abramoe ana DJ Foreigner